Rick, it's another edition of Comics Cast. Let it out, and I see you don't have me in your background. What's up with that?
I mean, I don't want to inflate your ego too much.
I know. I was so happy to maybe possibly see
you were
another.
Getting too excited, Gerald, so I had to.
I know. But you know what? I'm excited about our guest this edition of Comics Cast. Let it out.
Roy is first. I have to. Roy is first.
Yes, Roy was waiting to click. We started a little bit late. We had a little technical difficulty, but now we're live, so that's all well and good. But I want to welcome everybody to another edition of Comics Cast Let It Out on September 12th. And Rick, say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody. Justin Costa is second.
Oh, yeah, second. Yeah. I want everybody to comment on Rick's lack of stash. He's going to set a new trend here.
No,
I want everybody... It looks great.
My trimmer went crazy, and I had to fix it.
Oh, okay. All right. I think it looks awesome. Everybody light up that comment field and say how
awesome. You think it looks awesome is the reason why I want it changed.
Okay. All right. Anyway, yes, it's another edition of Comics Cast Let It Out. And I want to, we're going to do a little bit of housekeeping before we get the guest in here. So here we go. Oh, look at that. Rick is so quick. So here, check us out. You found us on YouTube. It's Comics Cast on Facebook. If you want to find us on YouTube, it's Indie Comics Cast. So that's INDIE. You can see the scrolling ticker at the bottom. That's how you can find us, and you can see the plethora of videos we have here. And look at that. Rick has gotten the slow scroll down. Look at that. We have like I said, a plethora of videos. You can check out all the.
You're allowed one plethora per day.
One plethora a day? Well, I think I've met the quota. But you can see that we have tons of videos here. We have past episodes of Let It Out. We also have episodes of the Artist Roundtable, which is the ART. And we have the whopping 2 episodes from the Mentor Block, which Rick proudly helmed and expertly crafted. So I encourage everybody to check that out as well. So really, there's something about, let me tell you, I sort of jumped the gun here. Let's talk about Comics Cast. Comics Cast, we are about promoting the indie creator. And these are the videos you can check out. So if you're in the indie comic community, we want you on the show so we can put eyes on you. Whether you're a writer, you're a penciler, inker, publisher, we want you here. And the good thing about Let It Out is that we have a live drawing component, so you can actually see the magic happen. When we have a guest on here, you can get to see what they do. You get to see the blank canvas get lit up with some awesome art. And the good thing about Let It Out is that we have audience participation. You can ask questions of our guest. You can draw along with them. And if you decide to draw along with us, actually, you just let Rick know, put it in the comments field, and we will post it to the art show. And Rick will put that there for everybody to check out, and we will feature your art, and you can interact with our guest. And you get to interact with Rick, too. So that's always going to be fun. So anyway, enough of talking about Comics Cast. Let's go ahead and get our guest in here. So I'm going to do the virtual drum roll, and our guest is... And I'm getting tired. Quit there! Hey, we got...
Hey, y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you fine. I want to welcome Mr. James Mason. How you doing?
I'm great, guys. How about you guys?
Yeah,
we're great. It's been a long time coming. You are the final piece in the puzzle for the Street Team Studios. I think of all of our audience, if they've been watching, they've seen Mr. Sean Aline from Pennsylvania. We got to see Joe Robinson Curry and Stanley Weaver on their show, and Stanley hails from Atlanta and Joe Robinson Curry from Chicago. And then our most recent feature, which was Chris Turner, and Chris Turner also is from Chicago. And now we have Mase. So from now on, I'm just going to refer to James Mason as Mase, because that's who he is. That's his art.
We saved the best for last, Mase.
Yeah. It's
no pressure. Mase. No pressure.
Yeah, zero pressure. We're proud to have you. I know it's been a long time coming, because I think we talked earlier in this year, and we were going to try and get you in the summer, and then it became late summer, and now it's today. So the anticipation
Yeah.
has built up, the excitement is built up, and
So
now we
thanks-
have you here. So
Well,
let
thanks
me
for waiting on
change.
me. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Oh, it's like Rick said, saving the best for last. Just don't tell Joe.
No, don't tell Joe. No.
Anyway,
I heard he has a tendency of locking people up in his basement, so don't tell Joe.
oh yeah, don't tell Chris Turner either. Don't tell Chris Turner. But anyway, I changed the scrolling ticker at the bottom. This is how you can follow, like, subscribe, support Mase. I want you guys to take note of this, because this is after you see what Mase can do, you're gonna want to work with him. He is not only a talented artist creator, he is also an entrepreneur, and we're going to showcase some of that. And you know what I mean by entrepreneur? Check out this awesome jersey that I'm wearing right now. This is the Tiger jersey. I've been waiting to wear this on a show. It was like in this. It has a special place in my closet. I was like, I got it ready to go. There was like special lighting put on it. It was like, you know, the clouds parted and the sun came down on it and said Mase is going to be on the show. You can finally wear it.
You need a roof on your house, dude.
That's true.
If sun comes down on it, you need a roof.
Oh yeah, I need a roof. But anyway, let's get the show started. Mase, welcome. And so we're going to move to the part of the show which is called the elevator pitch. And like I tell all of our guests, that's just a little fun name that we use for this particular part of the show. You will have more than one floor to talk about yourself, because we want to hear the entire story of Mase's artistic journey to where he is right now. So while he's doing it, I'm going to hand the mic over to him, and I'm going to have some visual eye candy that's going to be playing in the background, so that way you can see some of the work that Mase is known for and that I am a total fanboy of. So Mase, the mic is in your hand. Tell us your story.
All right, thanks. So I'm also known as Mase. I'm an illustrator. I'm a comic artist. I do shirt designs every now and then, as you can see by my friend Drill right there. So I've been drawing comics on and off for about 20 years. I do the Urban Shogun series. I do I'm part of the street team, who you guys have hopefully met already. And I also do Sankofa Guard, which is more of an Afrofuturism title that I'm currently working on. So I do a little bit of everything. So I can pencil, ink, write, and color. So I can do my own stuff, and I can work with other people and do whatever they need to get done. So that's pretty much it. I do comics. I do conventions every now and then. Obviously not. I'm kind of taking a year or so off because of COVID, like everybody else. So I'm off the con scene, but I'm glad to be here with you guys.
That's special. That's so special. So like, tell us. Yeah, if you know, because I can't make it out to cons, and of course you're from Atlanta, so it's a little bit of a trek for me. Even a bigger trek for Rick to get out there, you know, being in Denmark and all. But we're have you on the show, and even though you're taking a break from the cons scene, you want to tell us exactly like what inspired you? Like, how did you come to like doing comic art, and what made you want to create?
Well, I've always been a comic fan, so I think sometimes you're just kind of looking for something that's not there when it comes to comics. Where if you see something, and you know, if you like a certain subject, but if you can create it and it's not there, then I figured I'll just make my own, basically. So I mean, I've always liked kung fu movies, and that's kind of where Urban Shogun came from. It's more like an urban kung fu movie, which I hadn't really seen in the comics world. So I just kind of mixed up everything I loved and made a comic about it. And that's what started me. And then of course it's a lot of learning, it's a lot of studying to kind of get good enough where you can be published or self-published at least. So you know, I kind of had to go back and do my homework and learn all the basics, because comic storytelling is much different than just drawing pinups. You know, there's a lot of little things you got to figure out in order to make it work. So it's a years long process. It's not like it's like college basically. So
it's not even just college; it's a lifetime journey, right?
Way to make
yeah, exactly.
way to make art sound boring by comparing it to college. Arting is fun. It's not college. It's college for fun.
It's the college of life. But you know, so have you been drawing like since like elementary school? Did you come out of the womb with a pencil in your hand and a paper in the other? Have you always been wanting to draw? Let's hear, like, I want to hear the lowdown in terms of like what gave you that creative bug? Was it like somebody at school that refused to draw for you, and you said, you know, I'm not gonna take that. I'm gonna draw. What was the story? Mase, don't hold back. Tell us.
All right, so in high school, I met a good friend named Tariq Hassan, and he was into comics. I could draw, but I wasn't necessarily into comics, but he was big time into comics. So we would always draw together. And, you know, I would go to his house after school and look at his comics, and, you know, just that's kind of how my love of comics started. And then that, you know, like I would just draw like dragsters and, you know, maybe a superhero every now and then, but nothing actually with words and balloons and sequential. But just kind of working with him, and, you know, we would kind of compete as to, you know, it was a friendly competition. So as he got better, I got better, and vice versa. So that's probably where it started in the beginning, and we're still friends today. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Good.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, that's good to hear, because I think I was some of the side conversations I had with Rick, we have some ideas about competition, because if you notice some of the comments here, Justin Acosta mentioned something about how if you're part of Street Team, and the answer is, Justin, yes, he is a part of the Street Team, and you know, that whole thing about the competition, that is an example of competition that makes you better. It's not the competition that you got to like outdo the other person. It's like, I got to level up because my comrade, the guy that's my brother in arms, he's the one who's pushing me to become better. And let's talk a little bit about that, because you know, aside from you being inspired by your friend to take on to journey into comic creation, I think correct me if I'm wrong, when I had Sean Aline as my guest, he was talking about there being like this, I don't know if it was a Discord or if it was like a Facebook group, or I don't know, a news group, if you want to go old school, like back in the early like in the mid 90s to the 2000s, when news groups were really popular. But there was a particular group of Black creators, minority creators. And I'm not going to rehash the story. I think it'd be great to hear it from your end. Sean sort of alluded to it. Tell me exactly how you met the rest of the Street Team and where that came from.
Okay, yeah. So this was actually this was before Facebook or Instagram or anything like that. So this was it was called blacksuperhero.com. It was back then. It was all forums. I don't know if you guys remember that, but you would just post pictures of forums. There was nothing, that you didn't. Everybody had a username. You never knew who anybody was. So we kind of, I just found my tribe, basically. You just kind of find a lot of like-minded individuals. And we all, you can only be so good internet friends. So it kind of grew from there, right? So, yeah. So, and you probably heard the story already. But Sean, actually, he posted this sketch of some of it. We all kind of on our own had been moving forward, making comics. So Sean posted a sketch that had a lot of us on there. And you know how it is when you post something, some stuff kind of, people might like, and some stuff people blow up about. So this is one stuff we're like, hey, you guys should do that. So we kind of got together and, kind of behind the scenes, and, Sean said, if I do a better one, and I told him I'd color it. So this is that first big poster that's actually, it's the cover to it's the cover to the first Street Team book. But that ended up being the cover to the book, actually, as well.
Let's see.
So that was kind of.
Was it this one?
What?
Was it this one?
Yeah, no, that's number one. So it's number 0. I don't know if you have the cover to number 0. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, go ahead and tell that story. So like, basically, Sean sort of put out, he basically threw down the gauntlet, sort of said, hey, I here's a character. Or maybe did he do an interpretation of somebody else's character? I don't know exactly the story, but after that, it was like, hey, the door opened up and you sort of said, why don't we put together a crew? Why don't we work together? And I think, is that what happened? I think the street team, I don't know if that was the name, but that was kind of like...
Yeah, so I mean, so it was like a bunch of, so it was a bunch of people on the forum. So we were thinking, since we're all street level heroes, we'll be the street team. And then, like, if there's a space guy or something, if there's some space people, they could be the space. That was like, in the beginning, there was going to be a lot of different teams, and we were just the street team. Because, like, I never really got into the big superheroes because, like, they're just hard to write as far as, if you have superpowers, then why would you work as a reporter? That doesn't make any sense.
Don't tell Peter Parker or Clark Kent. But you know what? That is what I like about it, because I think based on those past shows when I had your crew on before, the unique, the reason why it's called Street Team, it was really cool because street level, and it also showed what you guys are about. You have that urban feel. You have you're minority creators. You're adding your own touch on this. And this is what I was really drawn to it, because I was really drawn to it. The puns never, Rick is probably rolling his eyes like, I can't believe you used that word. But anyway, I was drawn to what I discovered Sean. I saw his artwork, and then it was like a domino effect. I discovered all of you guys. It was like my eyes were open. And I like to think that maybe I'm like this honorary custodian that works at the Street Team Studios who gets to see some of the behind the scenes stuff. But it's so cool to hear your story. And like I said, you were the last piece of the puzzle, and it's good to hear that, the story of the Street Team. So let's since we talked a little bit about your artistic journey, let's go ahead and start talking about your art here.
Okay.
So let's start from the top. We'll start with the fan art here. Who doesn't love The Mandalorian? I know that Rick is a big fan of Star Wars. I'm a big fan of Star Wars. And who doesn't love, Oh, go ahead, Rick.
I also read that Justin was shocked that it was actually Mase, because he had apparently found this one somewhere else and had took it down as a background or something like that. So he was in the comment. He was in the comment. Oh, this is yours. Sick.
Yes.
Yeah, here's a t-shirt. Yeah,
that's right. See, Mace, people have seen your artwork. They just didn't know it was you. I don't know. Maybe you need to make your name even bigger. I don't know. You have to have a larger John Hancock signature. I guess. I don't know. Take up the lower third. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, that image got around. That image really got around a lot. So. Yeah.
It's phenomenal because I didn't get to finish this. Like, this is not only the Mandalorian, it's the Mandalorian Grogu, the baby Yoda, and you nailed it. And we talked a little bit about how you're the quintuple threat. I'm going to talk about those 5 things, but you're a writer, you're a penciler, you're an inker, you're a colorist, you're a business entrepreneur, and we're going to talk a little bit also about video game sprite design that you do as well.
Okay.
That'll be like, well, we're just gonna go right down through this. So love this. People have seen it, and just like Justin, I saw it, before I knew it was you, and I was like, oh, it's that Mase. Not like I know a ton of Maces, but I could definitely put this is James Mason.
I was the same. As soon as you said that we were gonna have a Mase, I was like, where did I hear that name before? And then I got reminder of this one. I was like, nah, that can't be the same one, but it was.
It wasn't the rap artist with P Diddy. It's not that Mase. So no one wants to see me do a Mase impersonation. But anyway, here we're gonna keep going down some fan art here. We got Justin saying here, I can't remember where I found Grogu. I shared to the Mandalorian group, had hundreds of likes. I will go back and credit you. So look at that. You were famous on the Mandalorian Facebook group. So
now you're forced to do Star Wars the rest of your life, Mase.
Oh, Rick, I can call you out. Did you use the word forced to do Star Wars? Oh, you did a pun yourself. Anyway, that was just me like trying to get back. But anyway, here we go. We got the Black Panther here, and I like this too because not only is it your unique interpretation of the Black Panther, but is it the Art Nouveau style?
So that's the Chat Noir poster. It's usually a black cat. It was like I think it was a playhouse. It was like from the early 1900s or something. It was super old, a French Art Nouveau poster. Yeah, so I kind of I did this about when the movie came out. So this is a, every now and then I just do concept posters purely, there's no comic behind it, just purely for the art, and this was one of them. So yeah.
Yeah, and it's great. I like the homage. Me being I love art history. Didn't do too well in art history in college. I think I would have been magna cum laude if it wasn't for art history class bringing me down. But I love art history, and when I saw this, Rick is giving me a hard time.
That's what brought you down. Sure.
Yes. But anyway, I do remember Art Nouveau, and I remember this style. And when I saw this, I was like, this is a great homage. It's totally appropriate. And rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. I think this is a great piece. An artist, actor that was gone too soon, and this is a great piece. Really love it. And as we go back into tributes, I love this piece too. And I looked at this, and this is Serena Williams. I did play tennis while I was in high school. Was never really good at it.
Yeah.
Rick can really attest to. Rick is like going, I can believe that. Magna cum laude.
Yeah, I can believe Gerald not being good at something. Yeah, that I believe.
Yeah, there we go. Rick is like going, I can get on board with that. I can believe Gerald wasn't good at that. But when I look at this is what Mase is good at. I looked at this piece and talk about inspiration. I think this is a really positive piece. I'm sure at cons, this probably was one of, I would like to think this was like one of your more really popular, selling items because I look at this.
Yeah, this probably is. Yeah.
This
is based off Landecker. So I can't, this is another tribute piece. Landecker has, I think it was Lady Liberty, where, the shield was like kind of like a big, whatever the American seal on the quarter, and she had a Boy Scout kind of giving her a sword. So I kind of, went off that. Did Serena Williams, if you look closely, the shield is actually the Wimbledon trophy. And the sword is actually a tennis racket. If you kind of look at the
that is so deep.
You didn't even see that yet.
I didn't zoom in.
I apologize for my host.
All right. Yeah. Rick is like he's like he didn't notice it either. He's like, I'm
a huge tennis fan. I knew exactly this was Wimbledon.
Okay. Well, okay.
Kudos. That's my oldest daughter, and that's my oldest daughter subbing into the Boy Scouts. So yeah.
So do you know if Serena have seen this?
I do not know. No.
Oh well. Rick is good friends with Serena, so he's going to.
Me. I'm a Wimbledon fan. We're like this.
Yeah, because being the big tennis fan that he is, he's going to call her up and go,
Serena Williams, please, guys, in comments.
He's going to go, hey, Serena, it's your boy, Rick.
No,
I got this.
I'm pretty sure she got Twitter like everybody else. So send it that way, and she might see it. That's what I meant.
Yeah, it's phenomenal, and I know this has such tremendous significance to you because, like you said, this isn't just any little girl. This is your little girl, and your eldest daughter. So I don't know. If I was your daughter, I'd be like putting that on the face of all my notebooks and stuff like that.
If you're his daughter, that would be very weird.
Okay, Rick has gone literal now. He's gone totally literal on me. So, but anyway, I really, really like this. This is one of my favorite pieces of yours. And I got so many favorites. There's so many favorites here. We talked about the street team. We talked about Urban Shogun, and this is I guess one of your first original characters. This is Tiger, and this is the shirt. This is
I remember him.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember him. He was shown around a lot by the others as well.
Yes.
Oh, good.
The street team and myself, he's a very I mean, I didn't even know anything about him, but his look, he just screamed like charisma. You know, I liked his look, and
he does grab the attention when when you see him in the bigger group pictures. I mean, I remember he was the one that took my attention first most of the times.
Yeah, I think
don't tell the other guys. Okay.
No, I'm not gonna. Hey, I didn't say that the others didn't do it, but someone had to come first after all. And this was the guy 9 times out of 10 because he just looked like a street banger at first.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
he was the one that stood out the most because he looked less heroic, if that makes sense, of the whole group that's there.
Oh.
The rest of them is masked and big and in.
Yeah.
Yes, the guy there.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Think he is the only one without a mask. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I totally get what Rick is saying now.
Finally.
He's heroic, but he didn't look like a costume superhero. He looked more street level. That's what you're trying to say, Rick, right?
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah.
I get you. I feel you. I know what you're talking about. And that is the cool thing about, we're going to learn. This is a little bit of a hint because we're going to be live drawing this. So I'm going to actually just scroll through this because I want, when we're doing our live drawing, I want Mase to talk a little bit more about the genesis of Tiger and, how you came up with him, his look and things like that. And look at that, raw, gritty, real. So
yeah, that's my wife. That's my wife.
Okay, all right.
From the next room.
Yeah, you got your own little you got your own little group of fans along with you. It's nice to see. Nice to see the support.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw Melba out there too. So hey, Melba.
Yeah. Oh yes. I hope she was talking about Tiger and not talking about you being gritty.
Yeah. No, I'm nice.
But anyway, we're gonna keep on going through here, and this is what I really found fascinating about what you guys do at Street Team and what you do, in particular, Mase. You guys are just you're professionals. You're. I look at this here. This looks like it's a great bio page. It looks like it reminds me of the Marvel Universe. I don't know if you remember that comic book in the 80s.
That's exactly, yeah. So I made a whole book of just kind of like a Marvel Universe of our characters. So I have one for Street Team, and we have one for Urban Shogun too. So yeah, it's a fun format just to kind of introduce people to the different characters. So yeah.
Yeah, it definitely brought back the feels from the 80s when I saw this, but I see it with contemporary characters from the Street Team, universe. It was just really, really, it was blast from the past, but it was old but new at the same time. Here we have
back when Gerald were 40.
I'm the old guy here. I'm the old guy. Actually, Mase and I are around the same age.
I think, yeah.
we were talking about. I made so Rick, you can't cut on me too much because if you cut on me, you're cutting on Mase. You can't do that.
It's not my fault you were born around the same time.
We're the greatest.
But at least Mase wear it better.
Wears it better. All right. So, but yeah, we're continuing with his artwork. I have to say that Tiger is probably the most fashion oriented. I think he definitely has lots of different costumes, lots of different looks. I think that it adds to his style. I don't know if that was intentional, but looks.
So like, and I didn't draw this, by the way. I inked and colored it, but I didn't draw it. A guy named Dexter Soy. He's actually a professional artist. I commissioned it from him. Yeah, he's really good. But yeah,
he's also done work for Udon, as I remember, Udon Comics. The ones that do the Street Fighter and such.
Yeah, for DC. Yep. He worked for Udon. He works for DC now, I think. Yeah, he's a really. I did this before. He's good though.
Good artist choice, as your character reminds me of Street Fighter a little bit. Like.
Yeah.
So good choice. Oh, we got the big almighty here.
Oh, so Joe's joined us. He didn't. he didn't hear what Rick said earlier about Tiger versus.
We don't need to.
Oh, I'm gonna.
I'm making my guest comfortable. So what I say during this time is to make my guests comfortable. I don't want
that's
to
what it is. Okay, good cover.
Don't hurt me, Joe. Don't hurt me.
Good cover. You're going to the dungeon. But here we go. This you said this was the cover for the Almighty Street Team issue 1.
Yeah. So we actually started with 0, then we went to 1. But yeah, so this is the first. This is the I guess you want to call it the first issue, but it's issue 1. So yeah, that's the whole group right there. So and I illustrated all this as well. So we're taking turns on the covers.
Yeah.
So I know Stan did number 2, and I think Sean is back up for number 3. So we're all kind of. And then when we hit the last one, I think we're all going to do a variant. So we're all going to do one of the last issue. So we're still working that out. But yeah.
So cool. I mean, and we see Tiger's part in this larger team, and we're in terms of a street team. I know that you said it's kind of like the Avengers. They have an evolving roster where they have like lots of different characters, and so that leads it open to if you decide to from the Urban Shogun universe, if you want to bring in characters from that, you can definitely do that. And I think that's let's talk a little bit about that.
Exactly.
This is Urban Shogun. You want to tell us a little bit about the premise of the evolution of combat? It sounds really cool. Like, talk about Urban Shogun.
So Urban Shogun, if you picture kind of how the old kung fu movies, they would have maybe 2 rival schools where, this school they did a certain type of kung fu, then they were fighting another school, did a different type of kung fu. So I've got the Venom clan. These are the bad guys here. What's up, Darren? So this is the Venom clan. They're the bad guys. So, and it's all 5 animal kung fu based. If you remember 5 Deadly Venoms, that's one of my favorite movies.
Yes.
So the cool thing is, each fighter, they would have a certain style, and then it's just a lot of fun when different styles fight each other. So I kind of pattern it after that. So the bad guys are all venomous animals. So, you got cobra venom, scorpion venom, spider venom. And the good guys are, like tiger style, crane style, mana style, stuff like that.
Right.
So, they're rival schools. Like I said, you don't really need superpowers when you have, just skill and normal athleticism. You can still, do some really cool stuff. So, again, that harkens back to the whole street level thing that, got us all together with the street team. You can, without superpowers, you can still have a lot of fun and do some amazing stuff. So that's kind of, and once you add superpowers, it just gets weird because, how do they have superpowers? It's like questions I don't want to answer. So I'm keeping it, little Batman. I mean, Batman can do a lot, and he doesn't have superpowers, so there's a lot you can do.
You don't have to get super mystical like Iron Fist or Shang-Chi. I don't know if you got a chance to see that, but he was a phenomenal. Oh my gosh, it's.
I heard it's good.
I am not going to spoil it because Rick knows that I could spoil it easily, but I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to tell you, go watch it. If you can watch it in IMAX, it's even better.
Mase, if he starts, I got the mute button ready. Don't worry. Don't even worry about it.
Oh, he has his finger on the mute button more often. He's a professional when it comes to that. But yeah, we got people saying that it reminds me of My Hero Academia. I think that the rival school.
Tim. So Tim.
Yeah. And I love it. I think it's really cool because these. I think that these are common archetypes or tropes, but you're putting your own spin on it, your own signature on it, and it really shows. I mean, I want to know more when I see these things and these rival schools, and I like the Venom clan, venomous insects, and at how you've developed these characters that look the part as well. So it's really cool to see that. So maybe there might be a next level thing when you decide to make it so they can harness chi, I guess, but maybe it's going to be super chi, and they can do some really crazy superpower stuff. But for now, it's grounded in martial arts, street level lore. And that's what we're going to deal with right now. And that's the charm of Urban Shogun. But these art covers, I mean, they're just so cool.
Thank you.
I love this one especially. I mean, this.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the yin and the yang, the black and the white.
Yep.
I mean, it's just
Exactly.
it's the opposing, it's the opposing force. It's the balance. You want to talk about these two characters because it's not even just that whole balance thing, but you also are showcasing two females as well.
Yeah.
So you want to talk about these characters and this cover?
Yeah. So Crane Style is on the left. She's one of the stronger members of the Dragon Clan, and it's Snake Venom on the right. And she's part of the Venom clan, obviously. And in the middle is actually Cheetah Style, who's Crane's little sister. So it kind of gets in the book. You kind of, it's explained more in the book how the fight happens, but these two are the main ones fighting. And definitely with the cover, I'm going for the black on one side and white on one side. Just it's good contrast, it's good composition. It was fun to draw. So. Yeah, with the covers, you kind of want to tell a story, but it also kind of has to overall look really good. So that's kind of where I was going with this cover.
Well, you got that part down, and that's what I like about your art too. Is it's dynamic, but there are also elements that are like nods, homages to like other art pieces, art history pieces, and It's not like it's that nod and that homage, but it's not, a ripoff. It's a Mase style, and it's familiar, but it's new at the same time, and that's what I like about this. And that striking cheetah style red emblem. I didn't get that. Do you do graphic design? Are you a graphic designer, like by chance as your day?
Sort of. I'm an interface designer, and graphic design is a big part of that. So, but I have done a lot of graphic design stuff through my career, logos and stuff like that. So, I definitely bring that into my art as well.
It shows. And then as we were speaking of homages, I mean, I saw this piece, and who doesn't recognize the Vitruvian Man? And now you put Tiger. What is this from? This is.
I've not seen this before ever.
You've seen something like this before. This was just one of my favorite pieces too.
Well, thanks.
I know
this is actually one of my all-time favorites too, because I had to actually study the original a lot in order to kind of get it to look right. And the original, it's a really impressive piece what he did, because all the measurements came out perfectly. So it was a fun study, just because I learned a lot myself as far as proportions and whatnot. So yeah, it was good.
And I
had to get
like
the line style of Da Vinci and everything. So yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say that you went so far as even putting things backwards. Like he would write, Da Vinci would write things backwards, or codes. And I noticed you did that. I actually want to flip this so I can read some of the descriptions that go along with this. But
be honest, Mase, you just wrote it normally and flipped it, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
It's okay. It's okay. The rest of us would have done the same.
Yeah.
But no, Joe, I'm glad you noticed that. That's something that only people really looked into it would even notice. So yeah, no, that's cool.
Oh yeah. So Rick, this is your point to chime in and say you noticed it too. Did you notice that?
I think that was obvious.
Oh, okay. All right. I was trying to see if he noticed it too, but apparently he did. He didn't even feel like bringing it up because he thought it was very obvious. But I thought this was really good because you have enough reference to Da Vinci, but it's again, uniquely Mase. It has a graphic design quality to it, the symmetry, and just the textured paper. I as a designer, I just look at the stuff and I mentioned how you are that quintuple threat or quintuple threat is because you have that aesthetic knowledge, that talent where you can do the illustrations, but then you can add that layering on top of it to really pull off this final piece. And I've shown all these different covers, and you can just see the diversity or the variety of work that Mase can do. And then I think you mentioned that this I scrolled too fast. You said this was actually illustrated by another artist, but you did the inking.
Yeah, Stanley Weaver from Street Team. So he was on y'all before. So he did the pencils. I did the inks and colors. And this might be before Street Team. I don't know if I think that we did this before we worked together on Street Team. But yeah, he did just a really cool piece for me, and I inked it up and colored it, and that came the issue 1 cover. So I mean, I love it. He did a great job on it. So yeah.
Yes, Stan is the man. He definitely can. Like I think when we were when we had him on the show before, Rick was commenting. I think there was a particular piece where Stan.
Bring that up.
Rick was talking about the leaves, and he drew like individual leaves, like in this composition.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, it's like Stan is definitely
That's the same thing with like Chet now. So I just don't believe why people would do that. Like individual leaves. That's just my hand. Right?
Well, I just gotta say that you guys in the Street Team, when you found each other on that forum, it was like a meeting of giants. You guys got together and you comp your styles. I guess if you want to think about that, if you want to use the urban Shogun references, you guys were your school. You formed your own school, and your styles all complemented each other. So yeah. So I guess you would be Tiger style, obviously, or because Tiger being your main character.
We get it, Gerald. We get it.
I know. I'm full of dad jokes today. So but anyway, we have an example. Am I pregnant?
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. Let's get back on track here. We have sequentials here. So, Mase, you talked about that earlier when in your introduction. You talked about how your school of hard knocks, how you had to learn, the art of comics. It's one thing to read comics and appreciate them for what they are, and just when you look at them, it's like, yeah, this is a great looking comic. Of course, when you look at a comic that isn't well put together, you notice that too. In fact, it's actually more obvious. Like when you look at a good comic book, you just appreciate it for its aesthetics. It just flows. It works really well. And then you add on top of that, it's now time. I want to do this. I want to create. I want to make my own comic. And that's what you were talking about before, is like sequential art. That's a whole another beast. So here we have a sequential here. You want to talk a little bit about your anatomy here of a sequential page? Like, what was your process for this particular piece?
Yeah, sure. Well, one thing, I work on a 5-panel grid system. So on my pages, there's going to be 5 vertical panels, and then I'll kind of break them up. And I do that purely just because it's easier, because there's a million different ways to do a page. But if I constrain it that way, it makes it a little easier to map it out. But yeah, it has to read well. Comic storytelling is very unique. You can't have too many words like a novel. I mean, everything they say kind of has to get to the point, because, every word balloon is going to cover your art. So you really have to balance that. There's a lot of different things you have to balance. It's fairly short, like, comics can, usually around 20 pages or so. So you really have to kind of begin the story and end it fairly quickly, but you also have to build in enough underneath to lead into the next issue. It's more like TV shows in that case, where each episode is an episode in itself, but there's also an overall storyline that you kind of have to, each episode has to add to it in order to, you got to keep people coming back. So
yeah,
go ahead.
Go ahead. Your complete your thought.
Oh, no, I was just saying there's just a lot of different things that go into it. And I will point out that my first comics were horrible. So don't feel bad when your first comics are also horrible. That's just we all had to go through it. So that's just how it is.
You're being humble.
They were bad.
I think your art. Maybe I've only just seen your recent art. I haven't seen some of the earlier books that you talked about.
No, nobody. I've removed those.
Nobody see that.
No, they're bad.
Nobody can see that.
But we were just looking at this page. Rick, back me up here. I know Rick is also he's a big fan of sequential storytelling. But when we look at this, how you talked about how you do your panel arrangement, but it's also, you talk about the word balloons, making sure there's placement for those things. But, I also look about how you lead the viewer's eye, left to right, right to left. I know that you said you are a fan of manga and anime, and, of course, that's a flip. They do things a little different. They do things reversed. But when you look at this thing, how you have the speed lines, going in a certain direction, how you lead your eyes and how it communicates, because it's well constructed. Rick, you want to talk about it?
Thank you.
Yeah. If I ever did my online course of doing these sort of things, I would use this page as an example, really, because it's as perfect to what it needs to be as it can be. Like, you've really been really, really, really lucky, or you've been really thought every placement through. I mean, sometimes you can be lucky and just get it right?
Yes, I get it.
But it does seem like you really thought the placement of absolutely everything through. Like how you make sure that they're looking opposite each other, the two females there in the left, and how it's flowing perfectly with the lines, with the speech balloons, everything. There's no confusion whatsoever to see, and I absolutely love it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm just gonna piggyback off what Rick said. I mean, leading the reader's eye.
Diablo can attest that I normally don't see things.
He can be brutal in his critiques, and so for him to give you that kind of praise, he's only reinforcing what I think about this particular page. Because when I look at it, it flows. When we think of like movies, and if there's a dialogue between two characters, some of the subconscious things that they do with movies, if there's a conversation between two characters, they have like one character, if he's talking, that's on this side, and then when it goes to the other side and talking to the other person, they're on this side. And I'm seeing that too, the way you position certain things. And these are like, they're subconscious when we look at it, because it allows the reader to look at it and go, oh, it makes sense. It reads well, and I can understand who's talking and what they're talking about. I don't get confused. But then if you don't do it, then you notice there's a disconnect. There's a disjoint, It doesn't feel natural. And you're taking some of that, almost like this to me could easily translate into like a storyboard. If this was going to be a action sequence for a urban Shogun movie, you could lift this completely and give this to the cameraman or the director and say, this is what I want to be done. And that's what I think about Street Team. You guys are so pro that you could, if you guys decide to do like your Netflix animated series, which I think is not going to be too far, I think that's going to happen. You can just take your comic book, slice it up, and these are your storyboards. And I don't know if what Rick said, he used the word lucky. I'm going to say that you studied. You're a very studious guy of comic.
Well, the lucky part was part of my joking side. I had to joke around after all. I can see there's no luck with this. This was focused and worked hard on to make successful, and it worked.
Yeah, I was joking back too. I think that Rick noticed it too. Yeah. All right, he's gonna have some words. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, movies, storyboards, and comics. There's a lot of overlap between all three of those, and I mean, I'm thinking like a camera. So there's one camera that pretty much stays on one person. There's another camera on the other person. So yeah, there is a lot of overlap there. And thanks, Roy. Appreciate it.
That's a way bigger discussion that we have time for, but I would tentatively disagree with Roy. But yeah, it is also hard work. Yeah. There's no talent without hard work. I think
it's a combination.
Yeah.
And then when we go to this last panel, I even like how you used even the body language to make you go to the next page.
I saw that little arrow there. That's smart.
Yeah, it's so well done. And then that's it's even like that's her style, as well. So
yeah.
We're gonna go to this next page, and here I'm glad that you gave this to me, and you probably are, you're saying Tiger was probably one of your first. It is your first IPOC, and your comic storytelling has evolved. But I like that you sent me this one because this isn't an action scene. This is a quiet moment where the team is talking. It's a dialogue scene. This is hard to do. I think this is great. I think it's great that you sent me this because I can look at this as a movie storyboard. You want to talk a little bit what your thought process is in terms of how you compose a dialogue page because it can be definitely hard.
Yeah, sure. You can see the 5 panel. The 5 panel, it's a little hidden here, but like the first panel is actually 2 blocks tall. Then there's 1 block in the middle, and the bottoms are 2 blocks tall. But the first panel is called an establishing shot. So what this does is once you get this down, you establish where everybody is, where they are. So they're outside the dojo. They're right next to each other. So then, like when you go to the next panel, you know exactly where he is already, just from the window behind him and just from the establishing shot. Then you can just do close-ups, and nobody, as a reader, you're not lost because you already have that establishing shot at the top to kind of orientate everything. So that's things like that is what, just things you have to learn to make it easier to read as a comic book. Because you don't want, if people get lost, they get uninterested. It's not a good experience. So you have to just kind of, know your stuff on what to do and what not to do.
Yeah, it's just excellent storytelling because I think that, Rick is definitely analyzed more comics sequential storytelling than I have. I definitely just enjoy it. Just enjoy reading it. But
I've even analyzed some of the arrows.
Yes, and he's given me very constructive criticism.
And that's why he stopped. And that's why he stopped doing them afterwards.
Because I gotta learn from the school of Mase. How to tell things. Doing a scene that doesn't have dramatic action in it all the time. It's a challenge, and this is something that is a challenge that I think all aspiring artists need to like really tackle. Is like how to do that shot where you're basically just telling a story that doesn't inviting fists. Explosions. Not all storytelling isn't all action. And it's effective. You did a really great job of that.
What I absolutely love about what you do here, Mase, is that you're going completely by the book. You're going 101 teachings when it comes to the whole setup, and you're not taking unnecessary chances. You're not trying to be brave to capture to get readers in, as many artists sometimes do, where it fails for them. You know what works, and you're running with it, and it makes it work so much better that you're so confident in it working. And I really like that.
Appreciate it.
Great, yeah. And and this is one thing I also want to say is that we were just talking about the sequential storytelling in here, but tell me if I'm wrong here. Did you did the coloring as well?
I did the coloring too. Yep.
The coloring. This is if you're a big fan of Pixar movies and you know that they use color to manipulate you. They use color to like set the mood, to set the scene. And I like how in this particular one it's not a fight scene. It's more tone back. It's a dialogue thing. And I noticed you're using desaturated colors. You even see here Tiger in that second to last panel. He's very introspective. So you don't need to use loud colors. I don't know if that was super intentional, but when I look at this too, this is effective storytelling too. You don't need to use like really super loud colors, especially if you're trying to set a tone for the scene. And I think that was handled brilliantly in here in terms of just how you want to handle colors in terms of talking, setting the tone for the scene. But then we go to this, and this is like, look at this, and this is color theory too. It's very striking. Who is this character?
This is Crane again.
Okay.
So
I was used to seeing her in all white.
Yeah.
So like I said, like I always change their. I guess they don't have uniforms, say. because just real people, you don't walk around in the same clothes every day, right? But you definitely, hey, what's up, Corey? But they definitely kind of have so she has the fans. She's got the belt buckle. If you look down,
Crane.
Then she has the little tiger thing. So this is a poster. So this again, the posters are more for fun. So I'll color and I'll draw a poster. My approach is definitely going to be different than as far as a comic panel. Because you spend longer on posters because people, comic panels, people fly by them pretty fast when they're reading them. But posters, if they have them on the wall, you kind of want to give them something to look at. So, yeah.
Yeah, I totally eating this up, and Rick's going to give me a hard time about this. I should have known it was Crane. We have the wings that are like the graffiti urban style that we have here in the background. We have her Crane belt buckle. And then I even like this. I like this the rising sun Japanese motif that you put in there. It's handled very. It's done in red, so it's very striking. But you look at it as a graphic design element, but then you realize there's a foundation in your choice in terms of that particular fashion statement that she's rocking. So I really like that. I mean again, as a graphic designer, I'm just eating this up in terms of like how you compose your posters and your other shots. This I'm going to go through really quickly because I want to get to our live drawing, but I want to give people a preview of this is another IP. This is another OC. This is Sankofa. Is that the way you pronounce it? Lady Sankofa.
Yeah, that's Lady Sankofa and Sankofa Guard.
Yeah, and the Sankofa Guard. I'm going to tease people with this because I want our audience to check this out because we're going to live draw this last, and we're going to hear more about this particular IP or OC at the end. But I'm going to flip through this really quick. This is a little bit of a Comics Cast Let It Out exclusive. This cover has not been seen. Mase sort of said he gave me the exclusive, so you get to see it here first. This is the cover for issue number 3. So you'll get to hear.
So don't say we don't give you guys anything. We're giving you exclusives right here, right now.
This is coming out later this month, into September. I'll have this available for people. So yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna give the lowdown on that as well, but I'm gonna flash through this real quick. These are some of the sequentials. You can check this out.
Yeah, this is from issue 3 as well. Yeah, that's from issue 2, I think, but the one before is from issue 3.
Oh, so this is another exclusive. So we're gonna dig deep in terms of like your thoughts because we talked a little bit about this in the pre-show about your choices in terms of like it being black and white and this being cosmic because now it's funny that you mentioned it. Your Tiger and the Urban Shogun, that was street level. And then here you're like saying, well, I don't know if I want to go superpowers and outer space. And here we go, we're going to outer space. So that goes to show you that you went that extra mile, you went the extra level. So we'll talk a little bit about that afterwards. But I want to give people the preview about this. And this is that last part of the many talents of Mase. These are examples of that Almighty Street Team video game. And he was Mase was responsible for doing all the sprites, and we're talking about hundreds of frames of sprites per character. If you're not familiar with the character, you're going to become very familiar with it when you have to do this. So we'll talk a little bit about that a little later. But let's get into live drawing because I know that's what makes our show unique. So I'm going to flash.
But before we start, Rick, I logged into my iPod backstage because my screen sharing thing isn't working. Do you see me backstage? It's like, can you add that?
Here, let me just show you real quick how you look right now. I don't see you. I don't see your screen.
Yeah, but I want to see if I can I share from this?
Yes, you should be. You should be able to.
Okay. Do you have to enable something so I can do that?
I don't think so.
Just do like you did before, where you hit the share button at the bottom, and then you're going to hit select application or window, and you want to select the one for lonely screen, just like you did before.
Yeah, I think the iPad's not letting me. Sorry. Yeah, because lonely screen wasn't working. Sorry about that. Let me all right, let me try it again. All right.
Okay. Well, That's fine. You go ahead and work with that. I'm going to like give our audience a little bit of heads up of who we're going to be drawing. So let me. So if you see, just like I mentioned at the beginning of the show, I would hope that anybody in our audience would like to draw along with us. And if you do, just go into the comments field. Let Rick know that you're doing that. And as we're drawing, you can, at the end of it, put it in the art show, and then Rick will be happy to showcase it, and we'll be able to show Mase whatever fantastic interpretation you're going to do of Tiger. And this is the character Tiger. You can see that I have his. I'm rocking the jersey here. This is the Tiger logo.
Yeah, quick rubbing it in. Just because you got one and the rest of us don't.
Well, I had to earn this. I participated in their art contest, so it was a really nice thing that Mase did for me in that respect. But I want people to check this out. This is Tiger. This is one of his many looks.
Roy, this is you.
Yeah.
I'm expecting you on this one, Roy. Especially, and you, Marius, and everybody.
Yeah, if you can, we would definitely encourage everybody to draw along with us.
You as well, Gerald. For once.
Yeah, I know.
Don't draw a rhino now.
Or was it Bebop or Rocksteady or was it Freakazoid? It was Freakazoid. But yeah, so you can see that Tiger, he definitely exhibits lots of different styles in terms of fashion statements. My favorite one, and I don't think we have an example of it, is he in the interpretation that I did earlier, is that he had a conical hat that he had the top cut off of, and he had his dreads coming out of the top. And I thought that was one of the really cool looks. It was like Afro Raiden. I think that would have been really, really cool to see that. But yeah, so check that out. These are the many faces of Tiger. And let's see if we can get Mace's art screen up. So Mase, how you doing?
I'm temping you, Marius. Go ahead, do it. Draw along. So how are you doing, Mase?
All right. Sorry. I'm trying to get this going. Okay, Go ahead.
Go ahead and do that. Go ahead.
We were just asking how it was going.
Okay. Go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I think I might have to just set up a camera and draw normally. So I think that'll be the only way. Sorry.
Okay. No problem. Go ahead and
there's also the option that you, if you need to feel like that's faster, that you don't share what you do, but then show us little by little by maybe sending your digital to either me and Gerald, so we can share it afterwards. That's not something we prefer doing, because we would like to see you.
Oh yeah, I wanted to show it live too, but the screen share it was working before, but now it's not.
What can you do when it's an iPad? I mean, is it a surprise?
He's gonna cut on Apple products. But Mase, if you want to I don't know how easy it is for you to set up a traditional thing. Is that something that you can?
Yeah, give me like 5 minutes. Let me go get another camera, and I'll get a drawing pad. We'll do it that way. Okay. All right.
No problem. Go do that.
I'll be right back.
All right, so Rick, you can do kazoo playing if you want to. Do you want to like entertain our guests?
I'm not sure if they're worth it. So now, while we wait for my challenge, everybody at home, I am looking for African American athletes. So if you got any African American athletes that you come up with of names, let me know in the comments. You will know what it's used for when my challenge comes along. So what I'm asking for is African American athletes.
All right.
Preferably as so well known that they can be used in the art contest.
So we apologize for that. The technical difficulty that we have here, but it's going to be well worth it if we can see Mase create art from scratch here. It's Rick telling us to draw.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, go make me proud.
So, who's your daddy?
Yep, Usain Bolt is already part of it.
Yeah.
Do you have anyone on the top of your head, Gerald?
Of African American athletes.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, well, we were just talking about Tiger Woods. You can see Tiger Woods as a and he's half Asian too. So I think that would be kind of neat to see that.
Does it count then?
Does what count?
Because then he's African Asian, isn't he?
He's still African American, even though he has Asian.
But where's the Asian in him then?
His name is even Tiger. It can't get any more. It can't even get more appropriate than that.
Tiger style.
Yes, exactly. There's so many.
LeBron James is already in it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Barry Sanders and Shaq. Oh yes, Shaq. I forgot about Shaq.
Yeah, how about Mike Tyson?
Of course I remember Mike Tyson.
Yeah, you can put Mike Tyson. You can put. I know he's more of a movie actor. Actually, I think Terry Crews. Was Terry Crews in mixed martial arts? Did he do that first, or
what?
Or
no.
Terry Crews, was he? I know he's an actor, but
yeah.
Did he do? Anyway, I
don't think Terry Crews were an athlete. I can't remember.
Yeah. Hey, you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
You guys hear me? All right. Yeah. Can you put my other camera on?
Yes.
Am I still on the,
Let's add that to the stream, and let me get rid of mine. Yeah. There you go.
All right. Cool. Well, it's not terrible, but
no, that works. That works great. Okay.
All right. Cool.
All right.
Kevin Hart is not an athlete.
Yeah. So Mase.
Okay. James Wooden says terrible.
There you go. See, thank you, James, for letting me know that. Okay, so Mase, I just want to give you a little update. Rick was asking our audience about other African American athletes to add to potentially his Rick challenge, the co-host challenge, which is going to be number 2. So that's where we were at. So if you see any side comments about that, that's what it's about. But now we have your art cam ready. I'm going to add mine, and Rick. This is Rick's favorite part of the show because this is where I get to shut up and he gets to talk. But
you don't get to shut up. Well, you start up and then you ask all the questions. I don't have any questions to ask, and then you shut up.
Yeah, right. I can't resist.
Leave me stranded. But I actually have a good question this time, so you're not gonna ruin it.
Okay. All right. I'm not going to ruin it. All right. So I have my art cam ready to add, Rick, whenever you're ready. But you will be the timekeeper, and we are going to draw
15 minutes.
Okay. So let's
starting now.
All right.
All right.
So how good are you with talking and drawing, James?
I'm not too bad. Actually, I did caricatures in college.
Oh,
nice. Like at amusement parks and stuff. So I kind of had to do a little bit of everything. And I'm drawing with blue lines, so I think you can see it all right. So
yeah. Oh, yeah,
it's not too bad. All right, good.
So
but if you have questions, that should be cool.
my really great question actually is, well, I think it's a great question. So I've seen all of your Street Team's art, and I've absolutely loved what I've seen coming from you. But what I've noticed is that you have pretty much a very similar style to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's you can see it's individual styles, but it's so similar still. Is that something that you purposely, all of you, have tried to go in for, or is it just the natural flow of working together for such a long time, you think?
Well, so I think we're all good at different things. So, like, Stan, we'd all agree Stan is the best penciler. Sean's the best inker, and I'm the best colorist. But we can all do a little bit of everything. And we do learn from each other as well, so that might be part of it. But I would say we're all fairly unique art-wise. Like, I mean, if you put something out, I could definitely tell who drew it between the group. But I think we work well together. So we kind of, when it comes to the whole pencil inking color pipeline, we've all kind of we're in a pretty good groove where we can. It's kind of better than the sum of the parts as far as when we get together, we can do better than what we can do apart.
Yeah, sure.
So we work well together. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't mean anything like that. You didn't have your individual styles. It was more like, yeah, you do, but it still represents like each other very well. Like you can see it.
Yeah.
Hey, you are from the same team. Like in the old school like in the old school image where the style reminded of the same, but you could still see it was different artists doing it.
Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah. We're definitely we're roughly the same in that respect. Yes.
And Gerald haven't even started yet. Oh, there he goes. And so
I'm actually I haven't drawn Tiger with the hat in a while, and Gerald said he liked that, so I'm gonna.
You don't have to do it. You don't have to do that.
No,
I like it.
Good. No, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, I remember from one of your other team members showing up. There was a picture with him with a hat and how his hair was taken out of it from the top. I really like that idea.
Yeah, me too.
I
just haven't drawn it in like years. So.
I'm just curious how that would work in real life, though.
You just have to pull it through, and he has a motorcycle helmet that does the same thing, where it's open at the top, so he can put his dreads out and still put the helmet on.
Yeah, so hopefully he'll never crash and land on the top.
Yeah.
That's Rick. Rick is always
comics. Since it's comics, we'll say that no, he will not do that.
But you said it was like down on street level. Do you know how many motorcycle crashes happens?
Yeah.
Okay. So what gave you more? Who's your first and most biggest inspiration of your character here?
For Tiger?
Yeah, for Tiger. Tiger Woods?
No. I think at one point I did draw him kind of Will Smithy as far as how he looked, but I don't really do that as much anymore.
Did you know that
that's a good question. That's a good question. I haven't thought about that.
Did you know that he actually resembles like a Brazilian what's it called? That dance, martial arts dance.
Capoeira.
There's a Brazilian actor that.
Oh no, Latif Crowder.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. You're totally right.
He was the first one that came to mind when I saw him. And that's not a bad thing, because he's every time he's in a movie, I know we're gonna go see some good stuff.
No, his scene with Tony Jaa, he has a fight scene with Tony Jaa in I can't remember if it's The Protector or I don't think it was on Bach. But it was one of the best fight scenes I've ever seen.
Yeah,
they're in the water.
I remember.
You know what I'm talking about?
I remember that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just Latif, pretty much anything he's in, he makes better, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, he's amazing. Yeah. So I'm going to go straight to inks from Blue Line. So,
oh my gosh. Okay, go for it.
If we have more time, I'll probably do a pencil line in between here, but since
You're not stressing Gerald at all, by the way.
No, you're not. But that's something that I really I have to like watch afterwards, because I don't get to see what my guests are doing. But it's going to be a treat to see what how you're going to handle doing this live drawing of Tiger.
And
but
Gerald,
go ahead.
Whose turn is it?
It's your turn. Go for it.
Okay. Everybody at home, remember to draw along and send it to the art show. Our link have been shared previously in the comments above for the Facebook group that you should join in and show us your incredible art of Tiger. I must say, right now, at this moment, Mase, my first instinct was thinking Raiden from Mortal Kombat a little bit.
Yeah, the hat, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and his stance, and it just shows that you got it covered when it comes to the prolific martial arts look to the character.
Yeah, I think visually, martial arts. It's just a fun, like the genre. Like I'm big on kung fu movies. Big on new movies that kind of use the whole kung fu aesthetics, like Matrix, of course, and stuff like that. So yeah.
Oh yeah, Matrix.
There's a lot you can do with it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm a huge martial arts fan. I remember when I was a kid, that was always Jackie Chan and Jean-Claude Van Damme movies at that time that I was biggest fan of, and Chuck Norris. Do you have any all-time favorite martial arts user except for Bruce Lee? You can't say Bruce Lee because he's the easiest one.
Well, I mean, actually, Lateef Crowder, like you mentioned, Michael J. White, he's amazing.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's see, who else is there? I don't know if Keanu Reeves counts, but he did so much in Matrix.
Yeah, he also did in John Wick after all, so I guess he counts.
Yeah, he gets an honorable mention, I would say.
Listen, you're the guest here, so you decide. He gets the honorable mention. Yeah, Marius has a question. He also had a question from earlier that I'll go back to later. Have you seen the Raid and the Raid 2 now that you're into martial arts?
Sean has threatened Sean Elaine. He's threatened to defriend me if I don't see the Raid. And no, I haven't seen it yet. So
you're talking so highly of martial arts, and haven't even seen in my opinion, the two absolute finest showings of martial arts movies in.
Well, have you seen Shaolin Soccer? Have you seen Shaolin Soccer?
I mean,
that's one of my all-time favorites. Yeah, even though it's not an actual kung fu movie, that's still one of my all-time favorites.
It still demands some kung fu knowledge in how they decide to play soccer.
Yeah. So yeah, Five Deadly Venoms is up there. Shaolin Soccer is up there. And I'm holding the camera with one arm, so sorry if this is messy.
Oh wow, that just makes it even more impressive. We thank you for your sacrifice. So Marius also asked earlier on for how long does it normally take for you to finish a page, start to finish?
That's a great question. So I don't do comics like it's like kind of a side job.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm really into it, like I just do them at night, right? Like after everybody's asleep and whatnot. So it usually takes me about a week, I would say, to do a page, maybe more. And so that's maybe 10 to 12 hours. So if I was doing it full time, I could probably knock one out in a day. But since I'm kind of doing it on top of everything else, probably about a week to do a page. And that's going to vary, but depending on, like, I really don't like drawing backgrounds. So if there's a big background in it, that's going to take me a lot longer than if it's, and that's one of the secrets of why I do space books, because there's no background.
Okay, that's an industry, that's a trade secret right
there.
Yeah,
a little secret there. Yeah.
Well, that's the equivalent.
Take no time at all.
We will edit that out, so nobody else gets to hear it. Sorry, I got a cough, so Dia will take over for a second.
Yeah. I think that's the equivalent of like, I don't like drawing feet, so I'm going to draw smoke.
Big rock. Let's put a big rock there. Yeah.
Exactly. So, Mase, who are your favorite comic artists that maybe influenced you? You have a list?
Gerald doesn't count.
Yeah. Besides Gerald, he's an honorable mention. He's up there. But Brian Stelfreeze is big. He's like
Oh, yes.
he's amazing as far as storytelling. You know, it doesn't really get any better, and he's local too. So I get to see him at local shows every now and then. So that's
Yeah.
cool. I mean, I'm a big fan of Jim Lee, of course. If anybody
Mhm.
was, I think everybody around, you know, the older people who remember when the new X-Men came out are probably Jim Lee fans.
Yes.
Sean Murphy, he does a lot of the new Batman stuff.
Yeah.
I think he's amazing. He's I think of the the active people, he might be my favorite. Ryan Otley, do you guys watch Invincible?
I think you just said
word. You said the magic
yes.
word.
You are now in Rick's fan club now because he thinks
The Invincible to me is the greatest superhero comic of all freaking time.
Oh yeah, Corey Walker, the original artist, he's so amazing. Like he's top shelf. And then Ryan Otley.
His art is so simple, but it's
it's
you
crazy.
know what you get, and it's staple all the time.
Yeah.
Like the word, I don't think stable is the right word, but I think you know what I mean. That even though it's simple, it's just you get what you know. You know what you're getting.
Yeah, it's very minimal, but it's super expressive. It's very clean. I mean, as a colorist, I would love to color code Corey Walker.
Oh yeah,
it's super.
It looks like a walk in the park because he makes it so easy for you. Because he's so good at what he does in his style.
Yeah.
I actually got reminded. One of my friends and also a well-known artist in his own right, Kanan White. If you know who that is.
Yeah.
He made a comic similar with martial arts in the streets of New York like some time ago.
Oh, really?
I forgot the name, but I remember reading it and I remember loving it. So I wanted to. So my question would have been if there was some inspiration from there, but seeing you don't even know about it, then I guess not.
Well, I know Kanan. I just don't know the comic you're
Kanan.
talking about, though. Sorry. Yeah.
I can't remember the name. So I feel bad for even bringing it up without proper research. I'm such an amateur.
I didn't say it.
No, but you shouldn't say it.
And this is messier than I'm used to, guys. But
messy is good
not
sometimes.
Too bad. Yeah.
We're not. I mean, we're not expecting perfection in 15 minutes. We just want to see like the approach. That's what we like to see, and that's what your new coming fans. That more than likely will become your fans after this show, after seeing your art here and hearing your talk. If they don't, I don't know what's wrong with them, and I'm sorry. They just want to see, like, get an idea of the process and just hear you talk and have a chat. And there's 2 minutes to go.
2 minutes? Ah.
Yeah.
So how you feeling about that, Mase? 2 minutes gonna be enough?
He 2 minutes is fine.
He didn't even look stressed or anything. He didn't even pick up the pace. He was just like, "Oh, okay." He actually started painting slower, Gerald.
Painting slower.
Yeah, because he had plenty of time.
Uh,
And then we see Gerald here, like, wow, that's like fast forwarded.
Yeah, now this is what Rick likes, is like as soon as he gives me the 2 minute warning, he likes seeing me sweat, and like I'm starting to like my pencil work starts getting more frenetic. He likes making me rush through things.
Yeah, so I should have said 2 minutes 10 minutes ago. So a quick question before we stop, because Thiaul used to ask a question that takes 5 or 10 minutes to answer just to get the extra time. So of all the characters you got in your street team, besides your own, who's your favorite and most favorite to draw?
Let's think. I kind of like Blackbird. He's not like one of the main guys, but I like drawing ninjas. So And
Oh, who doesn't like drawing ninjas, right?
Yeah, ninjas are always fun. You can't go wrong with ninjas. So I like Dodger too. But probably Blackbird is my favorite beyond mine.
You heard it here first. Mace's favorite is Blackbird.
So we won't tell Chris Turner that you don't like to draw dial excess.
Yeah, I know. Somebody's gonna lose out. Yeah. The cool thing about Street Team is we always draw fan art of each other's stuff fairly regularly. So we all get a lot of art out of each other, which is cool.
So Sarah is saying that I should give you five extra minutes so she's able to get home to the Rick challenge.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah. I mean, Mase is finished by the looks of it. So
he's finished already. Oh,
I mean, it's a little messy, but it's mostly finished.
I mean, messy is good sometimes. And
I
don't
find
speak
a
of
better
this,
way to hold this.
and I'm not referring to the soccer player when I say Messi. Nah, I should just say time's up. Just Gerald, you don't get the 5 minutes.
What?
Gerald, stop.
Is time real? You're just joking.
Mase is done. I called
Mase
him
is
Mice.
done?
I called him Mice for some reason. Yeah,
What
Gerald,
about?
you're done as well now. You're done.
I'm done.
Stop it.
Oh. Okay, I'm done. All right, let's see what.
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh, inked and signed. Oh my gosh, that looks great.
$500 highest bidder. Who got it?
Yeah.
$500 to a highest bidder. Who got it?
I feel like we're at a con and Mase is there drawing for us and stuff like that. That looks great. I like you didn't have to. He has the swagger. He doesn't need to have the action pose. Like I was like trying to I gotta come up with some cool tiger pose, and then you rock him with just the.
Oh, look, I'm holding a big iPad in my hand while I'm drawing, so it's not my best work.
Yeah, he's rig challenging himself.
That is so that just goes to show that's awesome. Like you're an acrobat being able to hold your and you're drawing with your iPad. Look at that's the sacrifice that he's making for Let It Out. So thanks, Mase, for doing that. All right, did anybody in our audience?
No, not yet. I will pop it up when there's something there. I'm sure something will come.
Okay.
I'm sure both Roy and Marius wouldn't disappoint me like that and not do anything.
Alrighty. I guess we should
but
show my art.
You got people that think it's amazing. But Dimitra.
Oh, hey Dimitra.
Yeah, we got Said. He's one of our close ones here. We got Darren.
Yeah, I got my whole crew on here. Yeah.
You got the whole crew rolling up here.
Yep, James. That's the guy too.
It feels like watching the Olympics when they make triple fit.
I think you got a perfect 10, Mase, perfect 10. Wow, you really brought the crew.
Yeah, what's up, Raina? Yeah, I got my people. And then my wife.
Yeah.
What do you mean? And then, like, she's not part of the people. I got my crew and my people, and then my wife.
Yeah.
No, sorry.
Well, I mean, she's supposed to like it. Yeah.
Rick, quit stirring it up. Quit stirring it up.
That's what I do. That's what I do best. I'm sorry.
It's like after we do our show, we can go do our own thing. It's like Mase still has to go back to the other room.
Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah, awesome stuff. Wow, you probably have the most. You got your built-in fan base that showed up here. That is so great that they were able to come see you.
I appreciate it, though. Yeah, thanks everybody. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, this is all I could do in the time
cool.
limit.
Yeah. Oh, you got the task right? No, that's good.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know if this is necessarily a tiger style, but I kind of wanted to give him the kind of like tiger claw, hands.
I thought he was doing Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Oh yeah, that was the second thing, trying to get Thriller in there. Yeah, look at that. We roll deep. Your fans are there. They're all there representing. All right, so hopefully we'll get some other people in our audience that'll want to fan draw Tiger. But let's keep the show rolling right along. This is Rick's other favorite part of the show because it's the co-host challenge, the Rick challenge. Yeah. So. Rick, you want to drop it on her?
Wait. Before we go, I just saw in the comments that someone actually decided to do something here.
Oh, great. That'll give Mase some time to let his arm, his arm's gonna cramp up.
Yeah.
I'll just have to find it 1 second, and there we go.
Oh, come on. Yep. There we go.
Do you see it?
You want me to add it, or do you want to add it?
Yes, please, because my screen is a bit weird right now.
Oh, is this Roy?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's great. Great job.
Roy likes drawing people in bare-chested. No, he doesn't.
He likes to draw Rick bare-chested. That's what it is, right?
Yeah, but Roy's really good. I had a feeling that he would do his style would
nice.
Perfectly, really well with your character. He's really good at the Asian martial arts look.
Great job, Roy.
Yeah,
I'm sure that Mase appreciates that interpretation of Tiger.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks.
All right, so hopefully we'll get some more.
Melba, I saw you wanting in. I just accepted you, so you should be able. We will come back, but we will come back to and look at it later. So it will be up and it will be shown no matter what. So don't you worry about it.
Cool.
All right, thanks, Melba.
Looking forward to that. And so let's go to the Rick challenge here. So Rick, drop it on us. What are we doing?
Well, today, because I saw his Serena Williams Wonder Woman kind of little spiel, I thought I wanted to go a little further with that one, and that's also why I asked people for different athletes, for African American athletes, because I wanted to do not hero versions of them, but villains.
Villains. Oh, interesting.
Because it's when we see art from athletes and all that based on the and try to base them into comics, it's always the hero, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted the fun twist would be trying to make them into villains. So here I brought up some names. I got Jack Johnson, Joe Louis, Jackie Robinson, really old school guys. I don't know if you even know who these guys is. If you don't, Mase, say the word and I'll remember.
No, I know them, but I don't know if I can draw them. But I'll do my best.
Okay, I know. I'll be nice. I'll be nice and do it this way then.
Okay.
So we got Muhammad Ali, Magic Johnson, Tiger Woods, Serena Williams, Mike Tyson, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Usain Bolt, Shaq, Barry Sanders, Anderson Silva, Terry Crews, Floyd Mayweather, and Michael Jordan. Okay. And the challenge is you have to make them into super villains, but also have them make sure they represent whatever sport they were known for, right?
Wow. That's a tall part.
That's easy. That's easy for Mase at least. As long as it's easy for Mase and hard for Joel, I'm happy. Do you want do any names last second names pop up? You want added? Mase, or you?
No, that looks like that's a good list. Yeah.
Okay, so who do you want to start? Who do you want to start, Mase?
Let's let our guest go first.
Hey, I'm asking the guest here, Joel.
Oh wait, are we taking turns or?
Yeah. Who you go like? let's take yours first and spin for yours first with your name.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
you got.
I was gonna say tiger for tiger.
Spin again. That's
Spin again?
Two on the nose. Yeah.
Oh, look at him! Look at him, Mase. He don't want it easy. Let's spin again.
No, I already drew her, so yeah.
And then LeBron. Oh no!
Oh,
that
what's
was
that? Okay.
Second.
All right.
It was
cool.
kind of funny. It was kind of funny because the first one, Serena Williams, you already drew, and then LeBron James was the guy that you wanted in.
Yeah.
So let's
Well,
let's see
Usain
Gerald's.
Bolt. You could do like evil Usain
Hey, don't
Bolt.
give him. I think he got plenty of ideas. I'm sure.
Who do I got?
Oh,
Anderson Silva. Oh.
Yeah. Ultimate Fighter and Anderson Silva. I feel like he got it a little. I feel like he got it a little easy there, didn't he?
Yeah, I want to. As much as I don't want to be challenged. I think that
was a bit too easy, wasn't it?
Yeah, let's go ahead and let's make it hard for me there, Rick. I know you got this wheel rigged anyway, so.
Okay, so this is Tiger Woods
as a villain.
As a villain.
But he's so
everybody at home, watching at home, that drawing along. I can't spin for every one of you, so please pick up a name that you like the most and you think you can be most creative about. This is all of my challenge. I'm most and all about being creative and having fun with it. So whatever you do is great. But yeah, pick up a name, and we will get 20 minutes as usual, starting in 15 seconds, just so. So how are you feeling about your choices?
Oh,
I'm ready.
I want to go back to Anderson Silva.
Too late.
Too late. Okay, all right.
All right, we starting?
We are starting now.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
So you told me that you felt that your choice, LeBron James, when I asked you for an athlete, was the easy way out. Who would you, when you were thinking after you thought about it and mentioned, did you come up with another name that really meant something for you when you were younger?
Well, I mean, of course, I was a big Michael Jordan fan when I was younger, and kind of LeBron James is, he's amazing as well. And I was always a big basketball fan. So.
And now you got caught with the fast running guy.
Oh, well, I love Bolt. I mean, he's and I'm just gonna make him like an evil Flash, which is kind of a.
Oh, you yeah.
It works.
I like Bolt because every time I've seen pictures of him, he's just a big smile, making what he does look so easy. He's really just he's just into it.
Yeah.
I've sadly not been. The most I've been into basketball was when Space Jam was the first Space Jam was popular. Basketball isn't really a thing here in Denmark.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we had the balls and the hoops in the yard, but it wasn't really like a popular sport. So the way I found out who Michael Jordan was because he became friends with Bugs Bunny.
So what sport is big in Denmark?
Javelin throwing, axe smashing. Soccer. What you guys call soccer, but everybody else calls football.
Because we have the better football.
No, you have that football where you're hunched over and talking for like 75% of the match, and then you need water for the 10 other percent, and then there's 5% where you actually do play.
Oh man, Are you gonna let him talk down to our football mates?
I'm not a big I'm not a big football fan, so
Well,
I can't help you there.
tell me I'm wrong.
No, I have to put Buffalo when I watch football games. There's so much standing around, like in fast forward. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's made by Americans, lazy Americans. Let's
We got two Americans on this stream.
No. I said lazy Americans. There's only one lazy American on this stream.
And I know that he's not talking about you, Mase.
Of course not. Mase is already finishing up his inks.
Oh, of course he is. Of course he is, because that's why we have him on the show. I want to showcase his talents.
He's Usain Bolting his pages right now. So big basketball fan. What about Ultimate Fighting? Has that ever?
I'm a big fan of that too. Yeah.
Did you see the McGregor match?
Not the one where he broke his leg.
Yeah.
No, I just saw the highlights. I didn't see the actual match though.
You can't have an ego that big and then be forced to sit on your ass and talk about it.
Yeah.
It's just like, what are you doing? Just swallow it. You're sitting down, for crying out loud.
Yeah. Still talking smack. Yeah.
Yeah.
With a broken leg.
It's part of his character after all. That's what's just giving him as much money.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I can't say who my favorite fighter is at the moment, though. I don't know. But McGregor, he was up there. He's fun to watch. I'll give him that.
Okay, for the sake of... I had a list of Wheel of Names. With a wheel of names of African American sports athletes, Joe, and whoever it landed on was they were meant to make into a comic book villain. Of Mase got Usain Bolt, and Djawel got Tiger Woods. Yeah, James. I think if it has been Anderson Silva that's been the comic book that was created into the comic book character, there should have been some heavy defenses around his shin.
Yeah.
That shin needs protection. Yeah, BJ Penn was also one of my favorites at his prime. Roy, absolutely agree. We spoke a little bit about it, but I want to. Did you see the trailer for the new Matrix?
Oh
yes. Yeah.
It was awesome.
What do you think?
I'm pretty excited. Like I loved the first one. Like that's one of my all-time favorites. The second and third one weren't great, but I mean I'll definitely give another try.
I mean, I think I'm the only one I've seen so far that I was actually just when I saw that just feel really meh. When I saw the trailer, I didn't get hyper excited. I was just like, I've seen this before.
Well, if you remember,
it seems like a repetition of things they did in the previous movies. What was shown in the trailer in one way or the other.
Well, if you remember in the movie, they kind of alluded that I think Neo was like the 9th Neo that actually went through it. So I think they're gonna talk a little bit more about that particular lore. But he was the first one to break past it.
Oh, yeah, like Marius writes here, I was hyped before watching the trailer. The trailer kind of disappointed me because it just felt like it was remade. It was the clips we saw in the trailer were remakes of from things that had happened in the others that we've seen before. You know.
Yeah. Well, I'm holding out hope that it's going to be cool.
Yeah. Same here.
Mhm.
And it's well, I mean, seeing John Wick in other universes is always nice.
Yeah.
That is true. I was like wondering how come they gave him the John Wick look. I figured that they would give
Yeah,
him
the whole
something.
Wick beard. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I think that was kind of. I mean, they had to know that was going to be something that people were going to point out. I mean, at least with Henry Cavill, they digitally removed his mustache from Mission Impossible. It's like, I guess maybe they were filming John Wick while they were doing The Matrix, and they said, you know what, we're just going to give him the whole John Wick look. That's what we're going to do.
Well, I would love if they did like a crossover where John Wick is like a program in the Matrix or something. That would be cool.
Yeah,
That would be cool.
And that whole program is about him looking for his damn dog.
Yeah.
That's one of his main lines. Where's my dog?
Where's my dog?
Oh, Gerald is going extreme posts with this one. I like it.
How much time do we got? We still got some time?
About 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10
okay.
minutes. Wow, okay.
Good shape.
Did you just say the yes word, Gerald? Did you
No,
just say...
I said great. Oh, great.
No, you said it.
I did not.
Guys,
I did.
please tell me you heard him say "Gooch." He said that.
I'm gonna put my camera down just for a second so I can get some stuff in. So give me one second.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Don't cramp up your non-drawing arms too much. So I got stumped there for a second.
Stumped?
Yeah, with questions. I had one right on my lips, and then it just poof.
Okay. Well, I could save you and come up with something to talk about, but
Well, you can always come up with something to talk about.
I don't know if you want.
That's like your superpower, talking. That's what I always say. If you had any superpowers from the Marvel Universe, the one I hope the least you'd ever get was Black Bolts, because we'd all be screwed.
Yes, that would be it.
Imagine you being told that you had to stop talking, Gerald.
I don't know what I would do with myself. Just... Well, speaking of which, do you have a favorite? I know we talked about The Matrix. In terms of like Marvel movies, the MCU, like, do you have a favorite MCU movie or a character? I mean, we saw Black Panther. Your interpretation of that. Do you have like any?
Black Panther's up there. I like the Guardians of the Galaxy movie a lot more than I expected. That's
that was a surprise.
One of my favorite series. Uh-huh. And then as far as being in the movies, the Endgame is probably some of the most fun I've ever had in an actual movie.
I agree.
The crowd, it was like a football game.
Exactly. When Captain America got Thor's hammer, I don't know.
Yeah,
the whole theater like erupted.
Yeah.
And then you see Thor go, "I knew it," and then he gets a boot to the face.
No. I mean, the biggest pop there was in my crowd was when he finally said "assemble."
Oh yeah, that's true. That was a big. There were so many big moments.
I love how they managed to actually keep that as big as it was, even for non-Marvel readers, that Assemble was going to be a thing, because they kept in all the Avengers movies to like tease it that he was going to say it.
Yeah, that is true.
He should have said Avengers dance off.
Well, speaking of Guardians of the Galaxy, I think that was the biggest like risk I think Marvel took with the movies, because I read the comic books and I was like, how are they going to do a movie like this? And then when I saw the art for it, and I was like, Star-Lord doesn't look, and Yondu, they don't even look anything like their comic book counterparts. And then now it's like you can't think of the Guardians of the Galaxy unless they look like Chris Pratt and Bautista.
Yeah, I mean, those were B-league characters. I mean, those figured to do so.
Yeah, I absolutely love the fact how they made
Blade is Blade always gets respect for just kind of bringing Marvel out of the dumpster as far as movies.
I know. You are so right. He gets
before Blade. So
yeah, he gets no love in terms of like really. That's when I think the MCU. Well, it wasn't MCU back then, but bringing Marvel comics to the movies in a good way. That Blade was that.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You remember like Fantastic Four? Well, before Blade, there was a Fantastic Four movie.
Oh
It
yeah.
was like weird Spider-Man movies. They were just made for TV type
There was a Nick
deals. They
Fury.
didn't put any money in them.
Yeah.
David Hasselhoff.
Yeah, it was probably
Nick Fury.
crap too.
No, that's the best Marvel movie ever.
You remember that really bad Captain America movie that they did too? I mean,
yeah. So it was like a Hulk movie. Yeah, they just weren't really taking it seriously.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
They didn't want to risk the money. So
guys, I can see that you're trying to changing your pencil, Mase, but time is up.
What?
Oh, okay.
I thought Okay, well.
Stop. Time. Pencils down.
I did stop. Wait, let's look at Mace's.
Yeah, I was pencil there, Gerald.
Oh, you got me soloed out again. All
all
right.
right, here we go.
I need to solo you down to get in control of you.
Wow, inks. That looks great, Mace.
Yeah.
Awesome
Hey.
work.
Thank you. Doesn't look as much like them as I'd like to, but 20 minutes, that's all I could do.
With one hand, because you have to hold the iPad together.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Even Timothy's with me. Time is up.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think it looks great.
It looks really good. Yeah.
Thank you.
So
did
let's go. No, we're gonna go yours first.
Oh, mine?
Ta-da.
Oh, okay. So.
I got the logo in there. That's nice.
Yeah.
The fist bump. Well, yeah. That's nice.
But instead of giving him a driver or like a putter, I had to give him like a battle axe or something like that.
Yeah.
Instead.
Now I was about to ask you. I was about to ask if that golf club was made the same way Mjolnir Thor's hammer was made.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe from a dying star.
Right. And then the handle's made from Groot's arm too, so it's a thinner branch. But that was a kind of a unique challenge. I never, I can only think of Tiger Woods doing it doesn't really look like Tiger Woods, but I remember his fist pumps. He'd always do those iconic, fist bumps. So that was a nice thing to do. And the only reason why you could tell that it's him is that I put his logo on there. Other than that, he doesn't look like Tiger Woods at all. But anyway, what we can do for like 10 to 15 minutes. Did anybody draw along?
Yep, we got the one from Melba here.
Oh, it's nice, Melba.
Looks
Look at that.
really good.
Yeah.
We also
Awesome work.
have. We also have here.
Oh, this is Melba. Melba did this.
Both from Melba.
Oh, Melba did both. Look at that.
Okay, cool.
She's showing us up their Mace. She did two already. So
Yeah,
very cool.
showing you guys up. How dare? Oh wait, this
Sarah got.
This is Michael Jordan as a nice.
Michael
Nice.
Powers Eternal.
It is showing Sarah. I just had to update it. It's right here.
Yeah, looks
Our
great.
eternal basketball match. Count Jordan. Nice.
Oh, I get it. Count Jordan. Very cool. Oh.
Let's update again. See if new stuff. Nope. So that's it so far. I really like this one, Sarah. This is one of your. You continue to improve from every show.
Fun. Just totally fun. I like her art because it's fun. Very fun stuff.
Yeah,
All
nice
right.
job. All right.
All
Hey, my thing is working again. My iPad seems to be working.
Oh, it is.
So
Okay.
I might
Right
be in
now it's-
business for the next one.
Nice,
Okay. Go ahead and share that, and let's see if we can get that on there. Oh, there it is.
Can you see it?
Look at that.
All right. For now, it is. So we'll see. If it doesn't work, I'll just hold it up to the camera. So I'll just draw the
Okay.
iPad with the next one.
Oh, good, because now your hands
We don't,
won't
want, we don't want to break your other hand as well.
Yeah.
All right. Before I'm gonna unshare your screen for a bit because I want to show people
Okay. Sure.
Sankofa, so that we can get people an idea of who we're going to be drawing. So let me share this and add the string. Okay. All right. So Mase, since you're so awesome and you basically are inking as well, I'm sure it's not going to be a problem for you to tell us a little bit about, to do more drawing talk, tell a little bit more about her. But when we were doing our pre-show yesterday, what her design reminded me of, and that DC character I couldn't think of when we were talking, it was Adam Strange. Are you familiar with Adam Strange?
Kind of. I've heard it, but I can't picture him.
Yeah, it reminded me of it. It's because he had a jetpack too. He had a helmet, so like that.
Okay, yeah, I do remember him. Yeah.
But this is like I said, this is all Mase, and it's the whole fabrics in space, type thing. And it's like Adam Strange crossed with Wakandan tech, and having that whole. I kind of laughed too that we were talking. You said, "Yeah, I want to keep things street level," and then you got something that's here in outer space. It's cosmic, so
well,
it's sort of like.
So, yeah, Sankofa Guard was really just kind of me playing around. So it actually started. My friend Joseph Wheeler, he runs a convention down here called OnyxCon, and he needed a mascot, and it was called OnyxCon Sankofa. And the meaning of the word means kind of go back and get it, as far as you're working with the past and the future.
Yes.
So that's why originally it was just a poster. So it's a space woman wearing like a mud cloth skirt just to kind of bring everything together. So,
Right.
and then, the poster, everybody really liked it. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I want you to save this because I would like you to tell the story while we're drawing that. Is that okay with you? Can you?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, because I want us to as we're drawing, that'll give Rick time to come up with some new questions. And
here he goes, putting the already telling me what questions need to be asked.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and start the drawing clock for this one, because I want people to do screen capture of this, because it's such an interesting design, and it's I think that's one thing that we can look for in Mase, is that he didn't want to do cosmic, but he's doing cosmic. He's getting out of his comfort zone. This started as a poster. You mentioned it starting as a poster, and now
she could still be street level. Just there's street levels in space. You don't know.
Yeah, they're not. They still don't have superpowers, right? So they're still normal people.
Okay. Well, we're gonna learn about that. I want you to talk about that as well.
Right.
So, Rick, you just let us know when you want us to start.
Okay, so let's say 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
I just wanted to. Yeah, Timothy, I will ask a lot of questions if Gerald just would allow me.
Oh, okay. I was going to say I'm gonna list.
15 minutes from as usual. Is that fine with you, Mase?
Yep, that works.
Okay.
Let's go then. 15 minutes from
now. All right, we ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right.
So, Gerald, what was the question you wanted me not to ask him?
Well, I would like Mase to tell us a little bit about the character, and that would give you time to come up with your question. So I will.
Yeah.
I'll be.
Okay. Yeah, Mase, okay. Hey, you need to put up. You also need to put.
So it's Lady Sankofa. So it was you want me to just kind of.
Yeah. Just give us the lowdown.
Oh, your cam died.
Wow, this thing just.
Just continue, right? Just continue to paint on it, and I'll. And Gerald, yours is gone as well, in case you.
Oh yeah, I'll add mine, but while let me get my screen back up.
Just crapped out again. Hold on.
Yeah,
Sorry.
just continue and then show it after. I mean,
Okay.
sadly
All right.
nothing
Yeah,
else
I'll do
can be
that.
done.
Yeah.
So yeah, Sankofa. What is
Yeah.
it?
So it started
How's
out
it going?
as a poster. It started as just a poster series. And every year at the show, I'll do a new poster, and people are really good. People are really digging it. So I decided to just do a short comic. I just made it black and white, fairly short, more of a manga style. I didn't have a super big story in mind. So I just did a comic, and it got really not really popular, but it sold well. So I tried to do another one. And again, the story is kind of just making it up as I go along. There's really not a super defined story behind it. Just kind of having fun with it mostly. So
that's what you have to.
Yeah, just growing organically. Yep.
Exactly.
And now here we are. So issue 3 is going to should be available end of this month. I'm waiting on the printer to get the first proof. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun.
And you can get that on the Urban Shogun as well.
Yeah. So I'm going to sell it on the urbanshogun.com/store website.
As you can see down below on the ticker. So what?
Only like $4 each. They're pretty cheap. So I sell them as a group. So I'm not going to the post office because you'll spend more on postage than the comic. So you just get them all at once.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in there and get everything digital as soon as possible because I've been a fan since the first time where you guys were here, and I just not had the money before now, and now I know everybody, so it makes it even more.
Yeah, I'll send you the
me.
digital. Don't worry. I'll send you the digital. Don't worry about it. I get you.
No. You gotta. I am all about supporting people, and that means getting paid as well.
All right, cool.
So you do sell digital in the Shogun as well, right?
There's a site called I'll have to find the link for it. It's Black Comics, I think, and I do my digital through them. I'll find you a link.
It's just also for the viewers home if they also were looking just for the digital.
Right.
But yeah, if you want the digital, guys, you need to get in direct contact by the sounds of it.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Thanks.
So you talked about how you liked everything being street level. What made the change?
Oh, just just something totally different than what I'm normally looking at. So it's 300 years in the future. So it's just kind of a different writing exercise, I guess, because you have to kind of figure out where technology is going to be, what makes sense, what doesn't. So it's kind of it's around the Star Trek timeline, I would say.
Oh yeah, Star Trek. That's with the lightsabers and your fall.
No, you do that on purpose.
I saw the anger in your eyes for a second there. No.
That's the old trick. Yes. Yeah. Star Trek with a A. Yeah. No.
If I'm the rambler, Rick is the instigator. He just likes to stir things up. That's what it is.
I just like to watch the world burn. That's me.
Joker, you're the Joker.
So it just came natural from you drawing something for a friend, and then it turned out into so much more.
Yeah.
I like that story where it's not directly planned to be anything than just a singular thing.
There was no plan, and so I would, even story-wise, usually I like to have a pretty, even with Street Team, I like us to have kind of the ending known before we really move forward with most of it. But with Sankofa Guard, it's totally different. So I have a general ending, but who knows? Yeah, I'm kind of making it up as I go along. So
yeah, it makes it easier to have an ending, but it makes it a little more fun. Like you're stepping out of your safe zone.
Yeah.
by allowing it to go as you see fit. So what I need to know from you guys in the comments? Why am I being called the Overlord all of a sudden? Everybody have started calling me the Overlord after.
That's your villain name.
The last few. No, I thought my villain name was just Rick because I am the villain.
Okay.
It's like I tell you, Gerald. Most people see themselves as the protagonist of their own life. I see myself as the antagonist of everybody else's life.
Yeah, you're definitely you're definitely what is it, yin to yang for me. You're the opposite, but that's what makes the show work, right?
I hope that's it. So you. And now I had it on my mouth. I was actually about to ask the damn question, and then it was just a fla.
So I'll ask a question real quick since Rick is trying to.
Fine.
Was Guardians of the Galaxy? You talked about that being your one of your favorite MCU movies. Was there any influence with like wanting to do a cosmic thing? I know that you just sort of did a poster and then it evolved in something more, but was it because you also liked how Guardians of the Galaxy was one of your personal favorites? Did that influence you even more to want to do this?
Not directly, but I liked how colorful space was. Like usually space is pretty drab.
Yeah,
you're right. Guardians of the Galaxy, like everything was purple and gold. Like just a lot more visually fun than I was expecting. So.
You are so right about that. That was what I. Oh, go ahead.
Timothy is just reminding me that antagonists are always heroes in their own minds, but I'm not. I accept I'm not the hero in anyone's mind, and I'm okay with it. I'm the antagonist everybody needs. And also, when we're done here, guys. There's something from Marius that I'm excited to show you. I was about to let out an osh when I saw it.
Okay, cool.
Just to get you excited. So you mentioned Star Wars, you mentioned Star Trek, you mentioned Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, then Black Panther, then the in-game stuff. That's probably my favorite. Marvel stuff. I didn't like Doctor Strange.
Yeah, that's been a surprise. What do you think of What If?
Oh, God damn it!
Oh, What If? Yes.
That was my question. Yeah,
you're too slow.
I'm not slow. I just don't get my voice in.
Go ahead, Mason.
I loved the Black Panther's Star-Lord. I love the Captain UK or whatever she's called. I love the art style that they do with What If. I like that series a lot.
It seems like that the outside is actually almost captured from motion captured in the way how flowing it is.
Oh, that's nice.
Motion capture and then drawn over, right?
Agree. Yeah.
Right, I think Mase is cheating and walking in on art show already.
Let me show you what I got so far, just so you can have like I got like a rough sketch.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. So. No, you're not supposed to see it.
Oh, yeah. I'm not supposed to look. You can't.
That looks really good.
Yeah, it's so hard not to look though.
So as you're also saying, how Guardians of the Galaxy made be even seal. I dare say that Mantis is a C-lister. Before.
Wait, what is?
Before
yeah.
He was not a B-lister. He was a C-lister.
Well, nobody in Guardians was even on the radar. Like I hadn't. Like I remember the older Guardians where they were from different planets. Where it was like the Jupiter guy and stuff.
Yeah.
So most of those I had never even heard of. Well, like Drax, I'd heard of Drax, but even Star-Lord, I didn't really know who he was. So.
Yeah, exactly.
I had never heard of this the C-lister called Thanos that showed up.
If you watched, I mean, if you read the Infinity Gauntlet back in the day, everybody knew who Thanos was, but I didn't think they were going to write the whole first phase of the MCU around it, and that was what was so brilliant about what they did. I'm just interested to see what who the main baddie is going to be in this next phase. You know, what are they going to do? You think it's going to be Galactus?
No, I mean, it could also be a continuation of Kang the Conqueror, as according to Loki, he just showed himself at the end, so he could easily be. There could easily be more of him, especially when it's the timeline. That's the problem.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Kang. I thought it was going to be Kang.
No, I think Roy's right. It's going to be Rick. Yeah, pay me, Marvel. But yeah, as I was saying with the C-list and B-list, James Gunn has always had a knack of taking unknown characters and made them popular. Like you also see it in the Suicide Squad, the newest one.
Yep.
One of my, if not my favorite DCU movie. And you can really sense she has the same humor as Guardians of the Galaxy in a good way.
Well, it was kind of like a Disney version. Like it was a little meaner. Well, definitely meaner.
A Disney version with blood.
I've never heard of it that way, Disney version. But I thought it was like Guardians of the Galaxy with more gore and more profanity and stuff like that. But it had its charm.
Like, they were like they were killing like innocent people and then laughing about it. I was like, yeah, that's very DC of you guys.
Yeah. I have to say that camp scene was probably one of my favorite ones in a really disturbing way.
And the way it ends.
Oh, I was gonna say when they go into rescue, they're gonna go rescue Flag, and Bloodsport and what is Johnson? Yeah, Peacemaker. Yeah, Peacemaker are trying
to. How did you pronounce his last name? Did you say Senna?
Did I not pronounce?
No, his name is John Cena.
Did I say Senna or Cena? Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, I just thought that was hilarious how they were trying to outdo each other, and it turns out they were the rebel camp that rescued Flag, and I just thought, oh, that was just really gory and funny. At the same time.
They're like doing their laundry. I'm like, that's not very nice.
So wrong.
2 more minutes, guys.
2 more minutes. Right. Okay.
I'm still surprised that Sylvester Stallone actually agreed to voice cast King Shark.
I think he probably goes, well, Vin Diesel can do it. I can do it too. Yeah.
Do you know how quick that was as far as making money? Like, like 2 days worth of work.
I mean, when Diesel had to like say it in like a million other languages as well, and in different tones after all. So it was a real voice. He felt like it was the hardest voice casting job he'd ever done. According to
whatever.
But then again, anything that comes close to acting seems to be hard for Vin Diesel.
We're just all jealous because Vin Diesel, he totally capitalized on that whole thing. And I am Groot. I mean, can you imagine that? That's just amazing that he was able to get as much out of it as he did. So
yeah. Can you imagine how much he got paid to do that? So yeah, I don't feel bad for him at all.
Yeah, I don't either.
I'd happily do it for half, but Timothy is like, stop hating on Win. I haven't even started Timothy. Don't worry, I'm being respectful here. So, time's up. Pencils down. It is over.
You didn't give us any warning.
I did. I said 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes ago.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah,
I didn't hear it either.
I did say 2 minutes, and you did reply on it.
Oh, I still have to draw a hand. Can I get 5 more minutes to draw a hand?
No.
Or, I'm gonna ask Mase. Mase, wouldn't you like to have 5 more minutes for you to draw?
Know what? I would like to have 5 more minutes. That's a great idea. Yeah.
There we go.
Damn it.
Do that.
Okay, you know what? I'm leaving then. You do my job. Bye. No, I'm serious. I left.
I can still hear you. So.
No, you can't.
Yeah. See, my man Timothy here is with me. Rick gave you guys fair 2 minutes warning.
Okay.
Yeah, you're supposed to be on my side.
Exactly.
But the guest said 5 more minutes, so I have to listen.
Because Rick doesn't listen to me. I get no vote on this.
Sorry, what was that? Of course not. So you didn't see Shang-Chi before yet? Did you see the Iron Fist TV show?
I hated Iron Fist. I saw the first 15 minutes, and then I checked out pretty quick.
I'm with you.
It took me a bit to go through it all.
Oh, so you watched all seasons or both seasons?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it took me a long time. It was not something I was binging like usually.
Yeah, good for you. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, he just couldn't fight. Like, I wasn't the guy, the actor, the main guy. He was he wasn't a.
You didn't look
he
the
didn't
part.
do anything for me. Yeah.
No. I always said they should have picked the guy that ended up being the lead role in the new Kickboxer.
The new Kickboxer. I'm not familiar with that one.
He had that real that Danny Rand fighter look, and not the Danny Rand bum look.
The bum look.
Yeah. But that's what he looks like. Yeah.
That was an accurate description. I just never heard of it that way. So very good.
The actor looks like a bum.
Yeah.
So no Iron Fist, and you're looking forward to Shang-Chi. Okay, martial arts then.
Yeah.
What about Daredevil then? I mean, I feel Daredevil had better fighting scenes than Iron Fist.
Daredevil was good. I like Daredevil a lot.
That really street level fighting they did, like
Yep.
reminded me more of Krav Maga than a high and fancy kung fu, and I absolutely loved it. It really fit him.
Yeah, I loved Luke Cage was good. That was a good series.
Yeah, yeah.
Daredevil was good. Yeah, I think I liked all of them except for Iron Fist, actually.
Yeah, Jessica Jones was completely different than the others, but it was different in a good way. It was needed, so to speak, like a step away from everything else, but still good enough to be exciting.
Yeah, that was more psychological, I think, what they did with Jessica Jones. And
I was. What about the newest Mortal Kombat then, Mase?
It was alright. I didn't hate it.
I think that's the best. I think that's the best answer.
I think Rick loved it. Didn't you like?
I do. I did love it, but I'm a huge Mortal Kombat fan from ever since Mortal Kombat 1. So I don't think it could. It should be real hard for it to have been able to disappoint me. Sure, I could have seen things done differently, like they didn't have to find the powers within them, like some power fucking rangers.
Ooh, watch the language. Watch the language.
Hey, I'm allowed to one bomb a day. Just because you can't take them just because you said the S bomb twice.
I did not say that. I'm going to be Captain America here. Language. Okay, how much time do we got? We had 5 extra minutes. Are we still good?
You got.
I think we're good, man. We're done now, aren't we? 1 minute?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
No, you were actually done. I was just gonna say 1 minute because it seemed like Mase was still working, so I was trying to be nice.
I'm gonna keep working until you tell me to stop.
Okay, so then stop.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I will stop.
All right.
All right.
Here's what I got.
Let's look at this. I want to see it.
Okay.
Oh,
we
it's
go.
a little blurry. Oh, that looks. I can make it out. Oh,
Yeah.
too bad it won't focus.
No.
Can you-
Also, his cam has been a little brocky.
How about this?
Can you send it over to?
Yeah.
To this,
Yeah, let me
Yeah.
try that.
Yeah, do that.
While we go in and. Oh, I know why. Well, Melba just explained why she had 2. It's because one of them was apparently from her son, William,
Okay.
age 7.
Oh, awesome.
And the other from. I'll just scroll down so you all see them again because there's new stuff.
Okay,
So let's start with that one.
Yeah,
this
do it.
time. Share screen. There we go.
Okay,
I
I
actually
see
sent
it.
it to you, Gerald.
Yep, I'm gonna pull it up.
All right.
And
Cool.
here we go. So as you can see here, this was the one we showed before. This is from William. Really good work, William. If you're listening, William, you're gonna be a pro artist. No time.
Yeah, looks good, man. Thanks.
Yeah. Really good work.
Oh wow, you guys are
And,
gonna get a treat.
And then we
Oh,
got
nice.
from December. Really nice.
Awesome.
I love when it different styles of the same character shown in this way. Okay, are you ready now, Mase?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna
you
show
ready?
it. Lem-
No, I want
Oh.
to show it.
Oh, this.
Oh,
my
that's
god.
really
Marius.
good. Wow, that's nice.
20-minute piece.
Yeah,
Marius.
that's amazing.
That's
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with him because I'm a painter in this way as well. So it's like competition in the good way, kind of like what you talked about you had with your team. This is my guy that I have the competition with
Yeah.
in the good way again.
Well, let me show
Okay.
you what Mase did, because Mase killed it. Look at
I
that.
put some sloppy colors on it, sorry, but that was my last
No.
5 minutes, so I would clean that up, but that's basically
Wow, the way you said that. the way
Yeah, you
said
call
it.
this sloppy. I love it. It's gestural. Look at it. It's gestural, and
yeah.
you put the it's kind of like concept art for speed painting, a concept
Yeah.
art. That's
Yeah.
what I see in this, and it gets the attitude, the gesture. I like, and I even think that you did a really good job with the helmet, because you definitely get a scale of a sense of how the helmet works,
Yeah.
and how there's.
Yeah.
I think that I think you did a great job.
Thank
Really. Yeah, I think it's you sold yourself short in this respect. It's just really
we're not,
cool.
We're not done, guys.
Oh, there's more. Okay, let me remove this.
Victor Rufino chimes in.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Got the gun in there too. Very nice. Yeah.
Very-
That's cool.
So cool. I think you got some new fans there, Mase.
Yeah.
You got lots of people like fan arting here. So very, very cool.
Really
Yeah, if
good
you guys
work,
can send those to me, I can put them on my pages too, and I can link you back. So,
I'll
thanks.
have to say my favorite is Williams.
Yeah, it was really good. Really good.
Williams is my favorite.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess let's see, what else we have here. Let me.
Yeah, real
Okay.
good work, guys, all around. Great work.
All right.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
did
love
we? Did I show my art? Actually, I can't remember. Did you
Oh,
show it?
wait, no.
Oh,
Nice.
I hope you hadn't noticed.
Yeah, no, that's nice.
Rick was trying to hide it. He was trying to hide it. But yeah, this is my interpretation of her. She's a great character. I look forward to reading about it and seeing where where the whole
don't worry, Marius. We will show yours. He's apparently finishing up, but we'll show his later on.
Oh yes,
All right,
we'll definitely
cool,
do that.
Cool.
Yeah. So we definitely got some really great fan art, Mase. You've definitely inspired our audience, and
thanks everybody. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Let me unshare this. So here we go. All right. So we are going into the latter part of the show, and this is where we're going to talk a little bit about the future. You know what Mase, is Oh wait,
sorry.
Okay. Did you say Marius had something to show real quick?
He hasn't shown it just yet. Let's share that when we're done with the Oscar speech.
Well, I have a little bit. I need to see if this. All
okay,
right.
guys, give me 1 second. I have to close the door. 1 second.
Okay. All right. All right. We're gonna Mase. So we're gonna go to this. We're talk a little bit more about your. I want to show this particular thing. Let me unshare this. Oops, remove. And I want to show more about what your talents in terms of being that quadruple or quintuple threat that I had mentioned before. So let me pull that up and see if this is what happens when Rick leaves. I have so many windows open that I gotta find the one to add the string. Okay, so here we go. So this is what I want to tell our audience about. This is what I really was so wowed by, when I started looking at Mase's artwork, is that he is not only the writer, the creator of these characters, but he's also very talented penciler. He's an inker. He's a colorist, graphic designer. I mean, I think maybe it's more than 5. It's like you have so many talents, and I want to showcase this. So here we have your pencils, and you can see that this was done on just a regular, this is like a regular sketch pad that you kind of did your breakdowns.
Yeah,
and
then how it started. Yeah.
Yeah. Here, let's go ahead. I'm going to go walk through this, and you can see that I have 5 here. Do you want to talk about your process in terms of going from pencils all the way to final finished artwork here? I'll be the visual aid. You just talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, sure. So this is so I've done a few different sketches. This is straight from my sketchbook. So I'd already done a few different sketches of the main character for the cover. I knew I wanted her to be standing in a certain way, counting money. So I did a few sketches of that, and this is the first one that I really liked. So I scanned that in, and then if you go to the next one, I might have changed some. So this is the underlay. So this isn't the final art, but
right.
I knew I wanted a couple guys, 2 more of the Venom clan behind her. So this is still I'm just trying to work everything into the cover. So this was from this. I actually I put this underneath. I think I light tabled this, and then I did the final inks on top of this. So these are the final inks. So if you can zoom in, you can kind of see that this is where I clean everything up and get it ready for color. And I ink as a colorist, so that means that I do pretty light. I'm not gonna, if I know I'm gonna color it, I'm not gonna add a lot of hatch marks or anything, because I know the coloring can do that better than ink can. So I'll kind of ink differently depending on if I'm gonna color it or not. So,
yeah. This is just so cool, because that's the benefit. This is what I was talking about with our last guest, is that you have the benefit of being the beginning to end creator.
Yeah.
So you can know when to put in details, when not to put in details, because you got the overall view in terms of how it's going to be done. And that's where we get to this, which is so good. I mean, now you put in this background as well. You've added the colors. And I think that background just ties everything together. And then that's when you color it too. This is where your excellent color theory comes into play, because the backgrounds could overpower it very easily. And you've created that depth, and it allows the characters to pop up off it. And I just think that's incredible. Just so really, really
I added I don't know if you can see it, but actually there's a blur on the background, people, because I really want her to be the
yes.
Hey, I will, Melva. So I mean, she's the star of this issue. So the other guys, they show up in the end, but they're not in it much. So I didn't want to it's really more about her than about them. So I put a little blur on them so they don't take too much of the cover.
It's just enough. It's just enough to really bring her out, make her pop off, add some, background details with the characters, and then actually, create that that mid-ground and then that background. Excellent work. And I think there are two other people that can really attest to just your awesomeness. And this is a little bit of a surprise. So let me get these guys on here. We got Mr.
Oh.
We got. Let me remove this from the screen.
Hey.
No, we lost. There he is. We lost him there. So.
Yeah, I should have worn my shirt. I didn't know we were all wearing the shirts.
Oh, man.
So this is a little bit of a surprise. I told at the beginning of the show that you were the missing puzzle piece. I already had I had Stanley, I had Sean, I had Joe, I had Chris, and now we got Mase.
What up, Rick?
Hello.
What up, Jarrell?
Yeah, we're happy to have you. So Stanley, Joe, roast Mason, roast Mase.
Oh, we can't do that, man.
No, we can't do that, man.
He's the man. He's the glue. He's the glue to this whole thing, man.
Yeah, we can't do that.
Yeah, but shout out to Mase, Urban Shogun, man, and the Street Team Studios. It was a good show, man. I came in watching it,
The people in the comments remember who's who here, so we don't
Yeah,
have to reintroduce you.
Nice.
Extremely
You
great guys.
Yeah, you're all our heroes. And I did talk to Chris. I reached out to Chris. Unfortunately, he had some obligations he had to take care of this Sunday. He sent his best. Mase.
He was still locked up. He was still locked up in the dungeon, wasn't he?
Right.
Oh no, it's Sunday. We let him out for a while, man. We gotta have this Sunday.
I keep forgetting.
Yeah, Joe let him out earlier, but it was before the show, so he had to put him back in the dungeon.
It's on those milk and bread terms, Y'all know.
You gotta let them scavenge some food before the winter. So you gotta get food in.
So again, I'm so happy to have you, Stanley, and Joe with us. Hopefully, you didn't hear that little bit at the very beginning. Who's Mace's favorite character in the Street Team was?
Dodger. He said it before. Dodger, right?
I didn't hear it. You got to go ahead and recap for me.
Okay, all right.
He totally said your character.
Right.
It was Dodger, right? It was totally Dodger.
I understand. It's all good.
Yeah. Okay. So I would love for let's start with you, Stanley. Stanley, I would love for you to talk about your interaction with Mase. Oh, we got a little bit of distortion there.
Oh.
What happened?
Oh, well,
no, that's just his face. How dare you?
It went haywire.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Stanley. We can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. Well, I mean, with Mase is like Joe said, he's like the glue that holds everything together. Mase is like the man. I mean, he's like multifaceted. He has it all. He does the coloring. I mean, he does the inking. I mean, he got his own story. So, pretty much, I mean, you can lean on Mase for a lot of stuff. So, my interaction with Mase is basically I go to him when I need something. If I have a color commentary or something I need on colors, he'll set me up with some good colors. If I have some questions, I mean, he'll teach me a couple things here and there. I mean, Joe, I mean, he's like the what we call that knife that has everything in it.
Swiss Army, baby.
Yeah.
Swiss Army.
Swiss Army knife. He's the Swiss Army knife. Of course, he's the what we call the person that brings us down to earth too.
Yeah.
When our expectation gets too high, he's the one that pretty much says, he's the one that comes to pisses on all the dreams you may have It's okay because we need somebody like him to come and take a twist on our dreams and oh, you know what? Oh, thanks a lot, Mase. You know what? Never mind. You're right. So, but he's all good though, man. Like you said, you gotta have we got like we got Sean on one end of the spectrum, and then we got Mase on the other end of the spectrum. Then you don't have us in the middle. So those two tend to be like at odds on certain things, but it works because, like you said, you got to have somebody who has the eye, grandiose, and then you had to have Mase who like to bring everybody back down. So that's good.
That's so funny to hear that because I think this is going to be a recurring theme. Mase, I think you don't want it. You want to keep it street level, then you go cosmic, and then you ground everybody. You keep everybody down to earth, and then you go cosmic again. So I think the bottom line is that Mase allows you guys to shoot for the stars, but keep you down to earth at the same time, and that's just really good to hear. But Joe, I don't know if you can top what Stanley said, but let's hear about your.
First off, man, that's a sweet jersey you got on. I want to say that off the bat. But if you go to it's gonna come across the screen in a minute to the apparel shop that makes the Blackstone apparel shop, you can pick up this beautiful Dodger 99 jersey. It'll fit you good. Just saying.
Does it
saying, Rick.
Does it ship worldwide?
So listen, we can get it to you, Rick. But awesome. I co-sign everything that Stan said as far as that goes, and then I don't even the comments was saying it all. I was in here earlier, and the comments were like, he's giving a clinic on how it's done. He knows everything. He's doing this. He's a graphic designer too. So it was already said in the comments too. Mase, when you read the comments later, you're gonna see some people really kind of putting it down for you, man. They really respect what you was doing here. But man.
It. I don't know, Timothy. I don't know. Why not?
I co-signed with everything that Stan said, man. I had wanted to work with Mase before the street team formed. Me and him had a dialogue about doing something even before the street team. So when it all came into where we were a unit, it was perfect. So yeah, man. And I was a big fan of Urban Shogun prior to us doing anything. So
stop right there. The stalker shirt. There you go. You need to stop right there. Suck that one.
Oh man,
there we go. All right.
I mean, it looks nice.
There we go.
It looks nice.
All right.
I was gonna go to this one, of course. Because
that's
nice.
That's the one. That's the one.
It's decent. It's decent.
It's all right.
They both decent.
Right. Okay. It's all right.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Oh man! Oh my God! Now you see that?
Oh, I didn't know they sold. Is that a rug? That's a bath rug. Oh no, front door rug. Okay. How much is that? I need one for my front door.
That's perfection. That's perfection in jersey form right there. All you guys looking later, who watching this now, that 99 Dodgers shirt you just saw, just go ahead and, when you go see the link below.
Hey, listen, just go ahead and hit it. 99, you can wipe your car down 99 times with that shirt.
I'm just saying, man. Somebody is envious on this line. I ain't gonna say no names.
Man. I'm just saying, man.
It's okay.
Don't waste your time, man.
It's all right.
The quality of that shirt is low.
Sarah, Sarah's saying we should all come on. Sarah, we go do that at some point with all of us on the show at some point.
We mentioned it. We mentioned it really quickly. We talked about it before the show.
Yeah.
We talked about it like bringing you all together and then just let have an art tournament fight between all of y'all.
Because then you could see where that Dodger thing comes into play and how he's the connective tissue as far as the heroes go to the whole thing. But anyway, we'll leave it there. Oh yeah, Timothy. I know, Tim. Look, listen. Me and you on the same page, Tim. I don't know why. I don't get it, but
I really like Timothy as well, especially when he does comments like this.
We don't know. we don't know, man. I'm been,
It's a mystery.
Rick is across the pond, so it may take a little extra shipping, but we get it there. We will get it there. You know what I mean? So, but anyhow, this is about Mason and the Street Team Studios and Urban Shogun and all that, man.
Step back, Joe.
It's a fantastic show, man. Fantastic show, and I'm excited, that this happened, man. I'm gonna watch the whole thing. I was trying to stay in and out. I actually ruined the surprise by saying something earlier. Sorry about that, Jarrell.
Wow.
But anyhow,
last time you were here, Joe, you kind of ruined the surprise as well. So
again,
that's apparently your thing. All
right, don't invite me to nothing then. Just no surprise parties, nothing.
I'm glad that. To me, it's like I reached out to Mase. Full disclosure, as soon as I got your date nailed down, I reached out to your boys. I said, Joe, you got to be on the show. You got to be. And then Stanley. Yeah. Stanley would have been on there when during Chris's show, but Stanley had, I think it was his wife's birthday, and he couldn't make it out there. So I'm just so happy that.
I guess that's more important.
Yeah.
I find it. Stanley still
has to go home at night. He can't.
Yeah.
But what I want to say though is that you guys are so tight. You guys are such an inspiration to me, and what you guys are doing with Street Team Studios. It is such such a thrill to me to see that minority creators can come together and they can create something that's real, that's professional, that's above the level. I mean, you're raising the standard for so many things, and it's not heavy-handed. I think when you see certain properties and certain IPs that come out, they can be a little preachy. They can be a little bit like, this is, I'm all about this and not about the story. I want the story. I want our audience to relate, but I don't want to just make it so that I am, this is all about it. This is the sum of me. It's more than that. The sum of your characters go beyond the color of their skin. They're heroes on another level. And whether it's street level or it's cosmic level, Mase, it doesn't make a difference. That's what Street Team is about. That's what Street Team Studios is about. And it's something, you guys have something special, and you guys all came together I guess the miracle of the internet with the forums. Yep. You guys all met there, and you could have easily, got territorial. You could have got what? I don't need to play with you guys. I'm going to make my own thing. And you guys decided, hey, we have strengths. We have characters. Let's put them together. Let's put them in a shared universe. And that's what I see. I see these things. And then I see the three of you guys. I know if Chris was here and if Sean was here, we're going to have that I called it the new edition reunion. That's showing my old school.
I just want them to join in and fight each other with art.
That's Rick. Rick is the instigator. He wants to do a battle. I want to have you guys do a reunion.
No, I don't need to instigate. You could hear it right here, but just with the voices.
No.
I mean, it's all fun and games.
Yes.
Voltron can't form if the lions are fighting each other. So when we come together, it's all five, man. Then the unit forms. So that's what it is.
So right, and you guys came together, and it shows. Just the three of you guys interacting with each other. It's like you may have not talked to each other in a week or 2 weeks or 2 months or what. Like having you guys all on the screen and just cutting it up. I know that Stanley is in Mace's backyard. You guys are both in Atlanta, but I know that Joe and Chris are in Chicago, so that's not an easy drive to see each other. And I know that Sean is in Pennsylvania. He's in Philadelphia. But it goes to show that distance is not a factor either. You guys are brothers, artistic brothers. You got a great IP. You got a great studio. And it's just been my pleasure. It's been the pleasure of Comics Cast to have you guys, feature you guys, and see what you guys are doing. So hold
on, wait a minute. Can you repeat all that stuff you said at the beginning so we can put that down on paper? Joe, I want you to grab everything he said and put it on our website. I think he.
Dude, this is a recorded thing.
So okay, good. This is on YouTube. Get everything he said and let us scroll down like Star Wars. When he said all that stuff like that.
Oh yeah, this is on YouTube. There we go. I'll send it to you, Stanley.
All right, cool. There we go.
You know what? I gotta throw all our episodes on our site. So all the Comic Cast episodes, I'm gonna put them on the site. So they'll be here forever.
You know what? I this is the beginning. I have when I can get all of you guys together. If you haven't heard, Comics Cast is doing some. We're moving to the next phase. You know, we talk about MCU and they're going into like phase 4. I think we're going to phase 2. There's some big plans, and we would love for Street Team Studios to be a part of that. I'm gonna sort of like drop a little hint here because we need to talk to them first. But I would love to introduce you to our next phase. And here we have Marius. Marius is listening in. I thought you guys were all in the same place, but you're in all different places. Man, that is such an inspiring story to hear creators collaborating. It gives me hope to be able to work together with more fellow artists and writers. That is so true. And Marius, I don't know what you're talking about. You're working with Justin in Texas. You're in the Philippines. You're like in a 12-hour time difference. So it's
speaking more of Marius, he did finish up his the third challenge, and I thought before we went too far away that we should put this up for everybody to see.
Okay, go ahead and share it. Oh, look at that!
Oh man,
that's nice.
That's very nice.
Oh my god. Marius,
20-minute job. The boy's speed.
Yes,
that's great. Yeah, I love it.
Tremendous props. Mase, I don't know about you, but if I had original character IP and somebody fan arted this in like 20 minutes, I'd be like, oh my gosh,
dude, that's amazing.
I mean, look at Mase. Look at Mase's face.
Beautiful.
It says his face says it all.
Yeah,
this is amazing.
It's tremendous.
Yeah, that's great. I love it. Yeah,
I'm still saying that Williams was the best still.
Yes, Williams is definitely cool.
I got to go back and see these because I missed a lot of it. So I'm gonna go back and take a look.
Yeah,
I was trying to hide.
Yeah, but check out the art show. And to Stanley's point, what I said, I mean it. You guys are awesome, and it's so nice to hear that kind of story. Mase, sounds like you're the guy that grounds everybody in a good way. I'm gonna say keeps them down.
Yeah.
It's not grounding. It's not grounding. It's keeping them all like level-headed. It's keeping them real. It's keeping them
realist.
down.
Yes.
Yeah, you're the realist. And I guess Sean might be the extremist.
He's a dreamer. He's a dreamer. Yeah.
But you guys are all in between, and that's what makes you guys a stronger unit. That's what makes you a stronger studio. Let's see. He's still listening. You are sending him to space right now. Yeah,
that's William.
Yeah, William, phenomenal artist. Maybe you can be a part of the Street Team Studio. You can be part of the next generation. I think that would be really cool to see that kind of evolution, in terms of your studio. Because I know that Rick and I, we'll be happy to be like I said, deputy members. We'll sweep the floors. We'll get you some coffee.
Speak for yourself. I'm not wiping those floors.
It's hardwood, Rick. No, I was kidding.
No, we got Chris to do that. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, I was about to say I'm not doing Chris's job.
Right, there you go.
Oh, and Chris isn't here to defend himself.
That makes it even better.
All right. Well, I want to thank Stanley and Joe. You're more than welcome to stick around because that way you can listen to Mase talk about the future, and you can kind of call him out and make sure that he's telling the truth in terms of like the future of Street Team Studios and what he has planned. But we also want to hear also what the next steps, in terms of what he's planning to do. So Mase, I'm going to hand the mic back over to you. Tell us about what you see yourself doing in the next year. I mean, finishing out this year and what you see yourself doing in the next 5-10 years.
Okay. All right, great. So we just got the new art book. So you'll see some stuff from all of us for the Street Team art book. So that just came out maybe last month, I think. So you can pick that up. I got Sankofa Guard number 3 coming out this month. So I'll have some more info on that. And next, I might go back to Urban Shogun. So I'm kind of bouncing around my different books depending on which one I'm feeling at the moment. We do have some more Street Team stuff in the future as well. So stay tuned on that. So got a lot of good stuff coming up. We got the movie in pre-production. So for Street Team. So we got that too. So hopefully we got a lot of good stuff coming out. Y'all can see.
Awesome.
And just to just in the nick of time, because this is what Joe is all about. I got this beauty.
Yeah.
Yesterday. This is the Street Team art book. This is we talked about the MCU and them doing things for 10 years. This is 10 years of Street Team awesomeness, and you can get this on Mase's website. Check that out. The links are at the bottom. It's phenomenal. It's great to see all that fantastic artwork from all the creators, from all these guys, plus Chris. And I think there's like two other guys that aren't as active within the Street Team, but have important characters that are on the actual almighty Street Team. So you can check out them. I don't know, Joe, do you want to do a shout out to those two other guys? I believe.
Oh yeah, shout out to Karan Curtis.
Yes.
Shout out to Karan Curtis and Charlie Fab.
Chris Turner, Shauna Lane. Yeah, all the guys.
Yep.
Yeah, they. It was an honor. I'm gonna do a little shameless plug. I was actually have a little section in the book where I was able to do some fan art for you guys. It was a pleasure. You guys totally.
Shameless. That's on.
Yeah, don't.
That's on the comment, Daryl.
Don't be jealous, Rick. But yeah, this is why. Not only I had
why you got a shirt.
I don't know, Joe. I think he's definitely saying that he needs a shirt. Mase, I don't know if you want to work with that, but I just want to tell you, even if there wasn't a contest, I once I met Sean and once I saw all of you guys work, I would have been doing fan art for you guys no matter what. It was
we appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
It was an opportunity that I could not pass up, and
he didn't share with me before it was too late.
It was an inspiration, and okay, Rick. All right, I'll have to talk to you a little bit more about that. But I just want to tell you guys, if you've done what you've done for me in terms of inspiration, it's there's other people there that are just as affected, and I can just tell Mase, you brought your army with you. There's so many people.
What's up, everybody? I appreciate y'all coming.
They totally.
The whole team.
They totally love you. Yeah, they totally love you. And I think that'd be the perfect segue into our last segment, which is called the Oscar speech. And Mase, this is where I hand the mic back to you, and you can just you can give us your final thoughts, your thank yous, do whatever you want.
One question, Stanley.
Yeah.
Could you turn down your television a little bit?
Hey man.
Yeah, are we disturbing you, Stan? Sorry to.
I mean.
I know you're busy.
Hey man, it's Sunday.
Then the Bucks barely.
I'm watching the Atlanta Falcons lose. I mean, what a way to make Sunday the best Sunday.
Wait, didn't the Bucks barely win just Thursday?
Hold on, man. Hold on, man. Let Mase finish his speech.
Right.
You talk about your Bears afterwards, sir. Okay.
I got none else.
There you go.
Go ahead, Mase. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I mean, thanks to these guys. Well, not anymore, but thanks to Joe and Stan for coming up. Street Team guys, I love working with you guys. Thanks for my wife. She's actually behind the camera over here. Thanks to her.
She's hiding.
And thanks for the people who just, get my stuff. I really appreciate it. If you get my T-shirts, I mean, I always love that. And I appreciate all you guys. So, and hey, thank you guys, Jarrell and Rick, for having me. Had a great time. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
That's great. I know it's like I'm gonna get all choked up here because this is where we have to end the show.
Don't yell it.
I tell you, you guys are inspirations to me, and I can't say it enough. We're gonna have to get Sean and Chris, and we're gonna do the New Edition reunion, which is the street team. Yeah. We're gonna have you guys together. I'm hoping that we can get our schedules all lined up, and that we can really close out the year strong. We're gonna do a special edition show just for you guys. And if Rick has his way, it'll be a battle. It'll be a brawl, and we can see which.
Yeah, it'll be a street brawl.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. We'll figure out what that format is, but and I'm just gonna drop a little bit of a hint in terms of like what I would like to do with Street Team Studios, with the next phase of Comics Cast and what we're gonna try and do. I will talk to them, and hopefully I'll have some really good news to report back on another episode once we can see if there can be a nice partnership that we can work on. But that's going to be my little hint for right now. So that being said, we're going to end the show like we always do, which is talking about our charity partner. So let me share that screen real quick. And okay. All right. So like we do, it's a tradition with all of our how we end our shows is that we like to talk about our charity partner, which is Golden Fight. And look at my partner, Rick, on the ball. He pulled up that banner. This is how you can find them. They're at goldenfight.org. They are an organization that I like to call is big enough and small enough at the same time. Small enough in the sense that they are not nationwide. They have a very targeted area that they focus on. That's the Mid-Atlantic area of my neck of the woods. And what I mean by big enough is that their mission is to help families who have children that are dealing with cancer, with terminal illnesses. And when that happens, when the family is focusing on the healing of their child, inevitably they will have financial difficulties. And that's where Golden Fight comes in. And because they are so big, so huge, their hearts are so big, they can say that, I was mistaken. I thought it was 97 to 98%. It's 100%. 100% of the money that they raise for this charity goes to those families. The leadership at this organization, they do it volunteer. They don't take any salary. They do it because they know what the challenges these families deal with. And when that happens, they want to make sure that that child is comfortable and can hopefully be healed. And that's what we want to spread that message about. So if you want to check out goldenfight.org, we are not financially tied to them. They are just friends with Joe Tolliver, who's my co-founder with Comics Cast. I got to know them. They're a tremendous organization. If you feel like you want to find a worthy charity, this is one of them. Check it out. And that's something that we would like to help get the word out. So please check that out. And let me remove this from the screen. And I want to thank you guys. You guys were wonderful. Mase, it was great to finally tell your story. You were the last piece in the puzzle, and that puzzle of that is such a complete. Now that we got the complete image, we got the complete canvas of what Street Team is all about. It's so refreshing. I know that story needs to be told, and when I can have you guys all together, it can be one big cut up fest. You guys can totally have fun. And I think that Joe will just he'll be like the ringside commentator. He can be the guy that's sort of like egging people on, to do certain things. But that being said, we're going to get ready to close everybody out. So follow Mase, follow Street Team. Mace's information is there at the bottom. Let's give him some likes. Let's get him some follows. Support them. Buy the art book. See what they've been doing over the last 10 years. Yeah. Buy their individual titles. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Buy the jerseys. Get the jerseys too.
Buy the stalker jersey. Buy the stalker jersey. There you go.
That's right. Yeah. Get the stalker jersey. Yeah. All right. So this is Comics Cast. Let It Out signing out. We'll see you next weekend for another great show. So Rick, take us out.